Greetings, citizens! Today we're going to be building a Librarian trading hall so we can max out all of our gear, use our new enchants to take on the Ender Dragon, and go searching for our first Elytra. We are back for 300 days and once again, there's lots to do. Looking back at our to-do board, this is the main one we're going to be looking at, not all of it, because I don't expect to have an Elytra today, and I also probably don't expect to have Netherite. What I do want is right there, enchants. We're not doing too bad so far. We have a really nice pickaxe, Jupiter's Delabra, that has Fortune, Efficiency, Unbreaking, and Mending, and we also have Scooby-Doo, Efficiency, Unbreaking, and Mending. Today I'd like all the rest. I want fully enchanted diamond armor, an enchanted shield, a better enchanted bow because this is kind of a stopgap. It's not the way I usually like to have my bow, so a new one of those, a new sword, maybe even a spear, whatever else. I just want fully, completely maxed out enchanted gear today. But there's a problem with that. Last time we did a lot of work on this side of the starter island. If we jump into free cam really quick, we can take a look. I was able to set ourselves up with a villager breeder right in here, and that is still pretty much overflowing, so we should have all the villagers that we need today. We got set up with a automated potato and carrot farm over on this side. These two are automated pumpkin and melon farms. And the point of all that was so that we can always have a supply for our 3 farmers over here who have been cured a couple times so that they offer discounts on their trades and should give us quite a lot of experience and also emeralds. The problem is we have exactly 0 librarians. Or no, I shouldn't say that. We do in fact have a couple librarians over there that we needed for mending and unbreaking, efficiency, the basics like that, so they may have to move. And if we look inside this wall right here at the villager breeder, we also have a accidentally zombified villager for Fortune 3, I believe it was. So we have a few, but today we need all of them. That's right, we're going to be building a massive library where we can house all of our different librarians. Look at those villagers inside the villager breeder. Most of those are going to be librarians over my shoulder there. So we need a library, lots of bookshelves, lots of lecterns, and you'll remember from last time if you did watch it. If you haven't, how dare you go back and watch 100 and 200 days. But I left the end of our island over here pretty empty, and to me that looks like a pretty good spot for a library, kind of right at the end of the gray brick road here. There are also spaces over here where we had trees that, I don't know, I'm just not really feeling those spots. I kind of want to put something else there. So the end of the island is probably what we're going to go for. And I have an idea for the structure in mind, but it means we might need to change the way this, well, not necessarily. I could build it elevated and it could rest over the top of this because it's not quite the right shape at the end here. Either way, it's getting dark, but that is the plan for today, and there's no time like the present to start. By the way, before we get started, I wanted to mention I started a new channel with the start of Season 2 of the Just Create SMP. The first video is out now over at Legion V+, and that's going to be a channel for everything that isn't our usual 100 days hardcore videos. So it could be for SMPs, Create Mod, or even eventually games other than Minecraft. So head over to Legion V+ and subscribe if you'd like to see those videos. I'll have a link to the new channel in the description below as well. Now, because I don't know exactly how many villagers we're going to have in here, librarians that is, and also I don't know exactly what the final structure is going to look like. I've got a pretty decent idea, but not quite, not fully. So what we'll probably do is build just a bit of a platform that we can start loading our villagers into, and then use that as essentially like our template. We start loading our villagers in, see how much space they take up, and then build up a structure around that. So let's head over here and just grab a little bit extra spruce wood, and then we'll frame in a floor for this new library, and we should be able to pretty much right away start moving in our villagers. Feels strange being able to get right into a project at the beginning of a video like this. I'm so used to doing like days, tens of days of prep work. I have to say, it's kind of nice. I just counted and there's around 40 to 45 enchantments. Some of those I wouldn't want, like curses obviously. Some of them I would never use. Some of them I don't even know if you can get from librarians. Like, I don't know if you can get Swift Sneak. Like, is that something you can get? I thought you had to find that in an ancient city. So if that's the case... Oh, yeah, look, you can see some of our villagers over there, the librarians. But anyway, I'm trying to think about how to break this down. I usually go in 3s with villagers, that is, but we could go in 5s instead. So if the bottom floor was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 on the second floor, potentially a third floor. I mean, that might work if we just did 5 on each side, and then 2 floors, a third floor if we end up needing it. So if that's the case and we wanted to line this up properly, we would want some kind of entryway, maybe about that size. we would want to capitalize on most of this space. And then like I said, because it's a bit of a weird shape at the end here, kind of like an arrow tip, an arrow point, we could go into the water and have a raised platform for this structure. And it'll actually be more room than we need, because we really wouldn't need a lot of space for 5 villagers on each wall. But I don't see any reason to make it small. We could always just, ensure if we need to expand it, we've got the space. So it looks like this would be the other corner way out here. Does that look even? It does to me. And that would be about the size. So we just need to build it up maybe 1 or 2 more and then have a raised platform on top of that. That should really do the trick. And then the only question that remains is, do we want the floor level right up here, like at that level, or do we want it right there? Can I still walk under here? Well, if I crouch, I could. Would we ever need to get under here? Probably not. I'll probably end up decorating actually around that so there's not a gap. So I think it's probably nicer if it's more eye level-ish. I wouldn't want it to be too tall of a climb. Just a couple stairs here and there you go. You're right in the library. Okay, so if that's the case, we've got a lot of filling in to do. So why don't I get that knocked out? We'll get a floor going in here and then I'll just double check our spacing. And then we've got enough space for all the librarians we're thinking we're going to need. There's nothing quite like just filling in a platform like this. The old 1, 2, 3 waltz of placing slabs over a large area clears the mind. There is our first floor done. It does look like quite a lot of space, but you got to remember it's going to be a library, so once we have the ability to get more bookshelves, a lot of this is going to be filled in with that, and we're just going to have the librarians kind of hidden in and amongst that. Oh, also, I kind of forgot. The shape of this, I don't know if it's going to be like kind of like a rectangle with a missing side, or a U shape, but more boxy than that. So like this side, the back side, and that side, but we'll have a bigger open area over here, more exposed to the elements. And then we'll also probably want to have something at the back here that leads out here to a bridge over to that landmass, because I don't really think there's another way off the island. Well, back there, I suppose, but in this direction, you'd have to kind of hobble along the back over here, and I don't have anything established. So I thought it might be nice to have a bridge that's from here leading over this way, just because I plan in the future to continue expanding out this direction and that direction, and honestly, pretty much every direction. But anyway, we just have to remember that for the future, and maybe get something set down so we know how wide this middle area is going to be. So for example, if we put something down there, that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So maybe that going across, and then right here, if we remove that, that would be one of the sections as an example. We'd have to get something here to have it even, but we go from there all the way across and then back. That leaves quite a big area in the middle though, doesn't it? I guess I don't hate that. We can do sort of like a central gathering area sort of thing, where all of the educators, the staff gather for lunch. So we've got a lot of supports in now, but that, I think, is pretty balanced. Should be plenty of room. In fact, this will be a good test. If we want 5 librarians on each side here, and considering we want a way out this way, maybe we'll do it a bit different. Maybe it'll be 5 over there, and then 2 and 2, or 3 and 3. There's a way to find out. I want to do something very similar to what we did over by the farmers, and that is to prop each of the villagers up 1 block above where we'll be trading with, and they're each going to be standing on a honey block. That way they can't jump out. Oh, I was wondering when we were going to get the first rain. It only took like 2 or 3 days. Last time, we had a 10-day span in the last video where it rained 5 times. Half of the days. Every other day it rained. So yeah, expect a lot of that. But anyway, I want to get more honey blocks because we'll use those to space it all out. We're going to put job blocks behind them because I like how we can trade with them and then directly get the experience, not have to see it pool somewhere and just hope it comes to us. So very similar to this is how we're going to set up the librarians, which means we need more honey because I did not get any more than that last video. Fortunately, we have an apiary. Unfortunately, it's a rainy day, so they're all probably going to be hiding. But we've got plenty of glass bottles. Yep, they're definitely all hiding, but it does look like they've been productive. So let's start collecting all of this. And that should get us 4 honey blocks. So every day we should be able to get about 4 honey blocks. Not terrible. So we'll come back tomorrow for more, and I guess we'll just do temporary blocks over there for the time being, especially since it's raining. In fact, maybe I'll just go put some of the blocks that we're going to be using for building over there temporarily in a chest, and then I'll use the rainy day for trading with the farmers. Since we're going to be doing a lot of enchanting later, it's probably a good idea to start getting our level up higher, because I'm going to use tons of that, I'm sure, combining books and enchanting all the armor, the tools. See, I'm thinking ahead, citizen. Sometimes I use my brain. Not always, but sometimes. So I'll spend the day with the farmers, just kind of trading some of this stuff up, getting levels, getting emeralds, and I will check back in with you once we have another sunny day. We got the sun back, we got a beautiful rainbow. I'm level 46 now. I got like, I don't know, a ton of emeralds. We could look at that in a second, but I'm starting to think about the layout of the villagers over here. And if we do it this way, it's actually more than I anticipated. Oh, hey, buddy, we got one of the aquatic ones. They're not always land mammals. What do you have for me down there, fella? Baked potato, milk. I don't have mangrove yet, but I wish you had the saplings, not the wood, because that really doesn't help me. In fact, none of this helps me. I've got jungle saplings. The only one I'm missing is mangrove. But once again, I would have preferred the saplings. Oh, are you about to... Yeah, he's going down into the cave. It's one of the dumb ones. Alright, bye fella. I'll look after your llamas for you. Enjoy your trip. Well, what happened to the llamas? Hello? Oh no, he's still pulling them down. This is not good. Oh, don't look, citizen. You saw it. This was not my fault. I did not even ask him to do that. I didn't tempt him. I didn't push him. He went down there by himself. He mismanaged his llamas. We can only assume he's gonna meet a, bit of a rough end down there. I wouldn't mind the leads though. Oh. Here's one. Did you both lose your leads? Do you want to come back up now if you are llamas? Fish? Seem to be doing fine down here. Go on. Go on. You can do it. Llamas might be fish. Learn something new every day. Come on, guy. I'm not even planning on taming you. I'm just trying to be nice here. I also don't know what happened to the other lead. There you go. I saved them. I'm a hero. You're welcome. Oh, I see it. There's the other lead. Thank you. I mean, I feel kind of responsible because they had such a terrible previous, minder. So maybe, for now anyway, we'll just put you over here. I guess I will tame you. Hold on. Ooh, look at their health. They were almost not going to make it. So once again, you're welcome. And back to business. What was I even talking about? That was such a distraction. I think we were just looking at this. So that'd be 5 on either side, 3 and 3. So we're actually getting 1 extra than what we planned. We're leaving an area open here to go out the back for a bridge. Should be plenty of room to step in between each one. And then behind is where I was thinking there would just be a ton of bookshelves. The lectern would be on a block back here. We need to replace all of these planks with honey blocks, which we should actually probably go check now that it's a sunny day. But that might work. Let's go collect honey. We also might need to breed the bees a little bit more because I was noticing that not all of them were fully honeyed up. So we might be short a few bees. I stopped counting a long time ago. But this should do the trick. You'd think this would get at least 6 more. That is a lot of bees, which is exactly what we want. Dancing bees. Alright, that gets us another 4. Let's wait a bit. I think we could probably get another 4 pretty quickly. There we go. Give us another 4 right there. Everything's emptied out. Go add a few more of these. And I gotta think, do I want to start moving in villagers and then think about the way the structure is going to look and start building it up? Or build a little bit more so the villagers are safe once I do move them in? Because if the only risk really is thunderstorms, we've got this. Let's move it a bit away from the llamas. I had that for when all of these structures weren't covered, so maybe if I just put it here right now, keep it away from any villagers. If we light it up, it should be safe enough. Get a few of these replaced. And now we only need 4 more. So yeah, maybe once we do that, let's get some temporary torches set down in here. We do not need baby zombies, or I guess any kind of zombies, but it seems to always be baby zombies for whatever reason, spawning in here and zombifying everything once we move it in. Should be safe enough. Either way, let's go grab the last 4 honey blocks we'll need, and then we can make that decision. Just need 1 more. Who wants to make me my last honey, please? There you are. Thank you. Oh, extras. There's our last 4. And I also thought of something else we could be doing, just in the name of prep work. And that is if we go in to check, this is from 1 day, how many emeralds I was able to get, so pretty impressive. We'll grab some of those, and then after we place these honey blocks, I can run over to those other librarians. I think some of them sell bookshelves. We could start buying them. I'll need plenty. Bloop, 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 bonk. And we'll head right over here. And I am pretty sure that at least one of them sold bookshelves. I can't remember. Everybody having a good day in your little corral? Oh yeah, here we go. I guess just as many as I can hold. Really? Is that, oh, out of curiosity. Oh, thanks a lot. Curse of Vanishing. Very helpful. Thank you. What about you? If I level you up. Frostwalker. Also not very helpful. So thanks. Wow, 61. Jeez. Well, let's just spend the rest of our emeralds. 26. Not very impressive, is it? But we're going to be doing that a lot. For one, I think we'll be using it to make a lot of lecterns, but also it's going to be a pretty heavy decorational element when we start building the interior. The good thing is, I don't think there's any point in infecting and curing these librarians. A lot of them, the only time we're going to need to trade is the once for the book. I guess ultimately, because you know, we could bring them in here and like I said, infect and cure for better trades, but just getting one book, eventually maybe lanterns and glass, but I simply don't think it's worth it. Since we have the honey blocks in, why don't we also probably... yeah, let's get some lecterns in behind each one of those. Luckily, we've got lots of bookshelves now, so if we do that... what did I say? 16 for the first floor? And then this part could change, but for now, I'm just going to put a plank behind it, lectern on top, and then, once again, the villagers shouldn't be able to get... ooh, wait a minute. Is it different with lecterns? Are they going to be able to step up onto that and then get... we might have to put something on top of the lectern, because normally you wouldn't be able to jump, but it looks like I can get onto the lectern off of the honey block and then jump. Okay, good note. Maybe our old reliable trapdoors will fix that problem if we just... why can't I put you on top of here? It's not working. Why can't I put a trapdoor on top of a lectern? Is it just a weird thing up there? Does it... oh, there we go. Weird. You have to shift click for some reason, so if I jump up and down with holding shift and press it there... oh, whoops. Yeah, you can't place anything on it without pressing shift. Very strange. Okay. You learn something new every day. So if we put a trapdoor on top, hopefully they can still get at the lectern, but now... yeah, that stops them from getting up. Okay. Looks a bit odd. And we could always, instead of that, probably do that to the same effect, I would guess. Yeah, because then if you move forward, you can't jump because of that. Either way, I'm sure either would work fine. And I just remembered something too. We don't actually want to put these in yet, because each new villager that we bring in, we want basically to have only one choice. They have to tie to the job block that we're sending them to, not going, hey, I know I'm standing right here, but I actually want that job block, and just being super annoying little ding guy. So let's do one at a time, I suppose. And I am thinking, you could probably tell, I'm thinking about just getting the villagers in here for now, and then we can build up around them. And luckily they're not too far away, because I don't want to really have to reinvent the wheel. I'd rather just get those three over here. That's mending, unbreaking, and efficiency 5. So why don't we just go grab a bunch of dirt. We'll build a dirt path across the water and a railway, and just kind of try to lead those three over here, which I'm sure is going to be no trouble whatsoever. He said, knowing it would be all the trouble, all the ever. So lots of dirt, lots of rail, a few mine carts, powered rail if we've got it. We've got lots of dirt somewhere. Yeah, that should be plenty, I hope. Got some rail and some powered rail. I think we should get more, and some redstone torches. Redstone torches for power. Additional rails just because I think we're going to need them. Hopefully that's enough. Couple mine carts, and that hopefully should be what we need to start our little temporary pleb transportation system. I'm sure you're noticing something that I'm forgetting, and you're like, oh, he's going to have to run all the way back to storage to get that. And you're probably right, but you know, we're used to this. This is nothing new, citizen. So, if we're starting here, and we want to make this as straight a line as possible, well, not necessarily as straight a line, because we're going to have to zigzag quite a bit, but you know what I mean. Head right over the water. The difficult part is going to be getting just the librarians out of there, and I'm not really sure how to avoid grabbing the Fletchers or any of the others. And I think for now what we'll probably do is just have a little incline going here and probably just kind of launch them into this area. Then we can organize them once they're all over here. We will obviously need powered rail to get up there. Give that a bit of power. Hopefully one will do. And then we just cover the rest with the normal rail. Maybe pop down one powered rail about the halfway point. I can push them for the most part if I need to, but we've got them. May as well use them. I also just thought of a way that we could have more easily separated these guys, and it requires beds, and I didn't bring beds. That's probably what you forgot to remind me to bring. So this is on you, citizen. I can happily say that. What I could try to do is get the ones we don't want into boats, but that's pretty hit or miss. So, like, these guys are right close together. What are the odds that you two would just get into a boat together? Hey, there we go. Got 2 of them out of the way at least. Could I get the other 2? Or 3, I guess. Come on. It's gonna start getting very monstery and mobby out here pretty soon. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. There we go. Okay, we got 4 of the ones we don't want. There's just 1 Fletcher out, so hopefully that makes it easier. Now how are we gonna do this? Because we need you to not get out of here. If I take this away, which hopefully you shouldn't be able to get out of there. Get some of this put down here, and then we're getting very close to hope for the best territory here. There's 2 of them right here. Would one of you just jump? Hey, there we go. Okay, we got one. Can we get a second since you're standing right there? Go on, hop in, buddy. You're gonna love it, I promise. Hey, there we go. Nope, keep moving, keep moving. Hey, we got it. Okay, now we just make sure they reach the area safely. See, I knew it would work. I wasn't worried. They're both hanging out up there. They love it. Probably one of them already tied to that lectern. I didn't think about that. But that's okay. We'll just make sure you're off of the rail, and then I need one more minecart, luckily, because I didn't bring extra iron. I think I can just jump into here. And can I borrow one of your guys's? Thank you. Oh yeah, you guys are having a wonderful time. Definitely not getting entity crushing damage. I'll be back, boys. Hold on. I'll probably leave this rail here for now, just in case I ever do want to bring the Fletchers or anything back across, but I think once we get this Librarian, we'll put it on temporary disuse. Okay. Where is my last Librarian? Hello? I had 3, didn't I? Am I going nuts? What happened to number 3? I see some movement up here. Hey, what are you doing? How did you get out? You rascal. Look what I've got. I've got job blocks. You love these, don't you? Come here. Hey, well, look at this. Oh, it's gone. Now there's one down here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You could smell it. It smells great, doesn't it? It smells like college. What about that one? Hey, no. Come back. Look, there's one here. One here. No. Okay. Got that. Now, no, not that one. Go to the one that I just put in here. Look. Yep, head right back in there where you belong. I don't know how, it must have jumped on one of the boats. That's probably what it was. Okay, now get out of here. We want the other one. Come on. You jump in the minecart. This was easy until just now. Come on. There we go. Whew, okay. So apparently there's a way out, which means we do want a boat for this guy. Don't go anywhere, buddy. You stay right there. Okay. They should all be trapped once again. I'll leave most of this here, just so that mobs can't get in. I'll take a couple away. We'll put this fence back. They should all be secured once again, I hope. And we've got the 3 that we needed. That wasn't terrible, I suppose. Could have been worse. Oh no, one of them's coming back. No. Hold on, stop. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to catch up with you. How did you come back? And he's gonna bounce right off of there into there. Oh, wonderful. You must be the smart one. Okay, this isn't necessarily a tragedy if you just, yeah, let's get you going back. Stop trying to do that to me. I guess he probably bounced off of the other 2 up there. I didn't push them in far enough. So let's try to stay with you. Stop going so fast. Get rid of this just to be safe. And keep going. No, don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. I said don't come back. Whoa. Okay, let's get rid of these. There we go. We got our 3. That's what we wanted. Whew, that is always so stressful. I don't need that. Villagers. Okay. Now, what I probably should have done is thought about what else we're putting around this to keep them sort of locked in place. And I want as many bookshelves as possible. I just don't know if that'll look nice. Plus, I don't have enough, clearly. Oh, also, I don't have Silk Touch yet, so putting all of these down now and then having to move them would not necessarily be a good idea. I'm sure it'll eventually be kind of a pain, but I'm almost just thinking temporary blocks for now. Because if I did that, and then we wanted to replace it with something else, if I put something here and then replace this block, they won't be able to get out, and I could just do it one by one. So yeah, actually this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, I'm willing to give it a shot. Let's try to organize it as best we can. I would love to have the first guy in here be the mending boy right here, so that actually works out perfectly. You're closest. So if we do that, get you into your spot, push you forward a bit, and then just like our farmers, if I just put a trapdoor up there, you should be stuck. And I suppose I'm willing to test this. If you promise to be a good boy, we'll put on the hitboxes with F3B, make sure we're hitting the minecart and not you, and you should be stuck, well and truly. Everybody happy? He shook his head no, but I'm happy, and that's honestly the most important thing, right? Oh, one thing I didn't think about, are you tied to this? Should I break it and put it back down just to be sure. Yeah, he just tied to that. Okay, good. So that's your lectern. You should be all set. Okay, next up. You are Unbreaking and Frostwalker, not helpful, but Unbreaking was the next one that I wanted, so this is actually working out pretty well. They're each in the correct order. It also looks like you tied to the correct job block that I just put down, so no issues there. There we go, we got Unbreaking, he is stuck in there, everybody happy. And last, but certainly not least, you should be Efficiency. Oh, Curse of Vanishing, I remember that, very useful, thanks buddy. We might even end up replacing you, because that's nuts. The only reason I don't think we need to is because I only need like 2 more tools. And the rate at which we're getting emeralds, I don't think it would be an issue, ultimately. I also forgot your trapdoor, mustn't forget that. Where are you going? Other way, friend. He's like, you mean it? We're friends? No, silly. It's just a figure of speech. Alrighty. I think I can do this without hitboxes, maybe? Yes. We are good. So we have Mending, Unbreaking, Efficiency. I am going to label them, just so we don't forget, or so it's easier anyway. But I wanted to use Oak. It's easier to see, so maybe quick inventory reset, and then I'll come back over. We do need to figure out what actually we're going to be putting on those sides. So Oak wood, and anything that we think would look good to sort of flank those honey blocks. I mean, looking through stuff, I'll bring a couple different kinds of wood types, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more it seems that spruce might be the way to go anyway. But I would think that, wouldn't I? Because I kind of always default to spruce. And we have stone over here as well, stone brick. So first off, let's get those signs, because we know we want those. And I guess actually 3 for now is fine. Grab some of the stone brick. Then we'll get the signs just right on the honey block, nice and easy. That's our Mending boy. Unbreaking 3. I don't even know how to spell this. Efficiency 5, is that right? Efficiency. Yeah, I can't spell. Leave me alone, citizen. I got it right. Okay, so what I was thinking for this probably is that I would probably want bookshelves back there, because here's what I was thinking. What if we got more trapdoors, and then we got some spruce stairs, and then since there's 2 in between instead of 3, I was wondering if we could do something where the trapdoors were facing each other like that. With the stair, this wouldn't work. I need something else on top. Actually, what happens if I flip that up? Can I then do this? No, I need it to be the other way. Ugh. Temporary block, and that. I think that's more what I was looking for. That sort of thing. It needs to be taller, but you see what I'm kind of going for here? So let's bring that one up higher, or up one higher, I should say. Get our stairs back in so that it acts as a kind of archway, and then we can put maybe stone brick over the top of that. And it could even be trapdoor in between each one too, so it kind of looks like a little archway. And then behind it, that's where our bookshelves should come into play. And I'm really hoping that this is what I want, because like I said, it's gonna stink if we have to break these. We could put a bookshelf there, break this bookshelf. That way it's sort of framed, but also it'd be behind these once we put them in. And then rather than using more of the bookshelves, well, do I want stone brick or do I want spruce log down here? It would be either that or probably stripped spruce, which I think I like better. And then since this is the wall, we'll probably have to, not that, do just halfway, and then we'll put something else over here, but I think that's what I'm looking for. Can I get stairs in here the right way? What do we think of that as a design for sort of one of the things? Like I mentioned, I've got to probably do something here to cover the top with stone brick, which means a lot of this trapdoor nonsense wasn't even necessary because I'm covering most of it up anyway. And we will have to put something behind it as well, but for now I gotta sleep. What do we think though? I think that'll work as a nice design. We're obviously going to need many more bookshelves, but for now we can at least do this sort of thing and then just come back later with the bookshelves. So I think I'll kind of just go around and replace the bits that we know need replacing. Boop, 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 boop. And put in plenty more trapdoors and all the fun stuff. Thinking of that, I'm gonna need many, many more trapdoors. Think that's all of those correct, is it? Yes, I believe so. Also, this is good too because we're actually getting something over their heads, so the whole issue about them getting struck by lightning should be a non-issue now. I know, I care so deeply, don't I? Oh, also, speaking of that temporarily, things can probably spawn up here, so there we go, we're safe. I didn't think about lighting down here though. That is kind of an issue because there's nowhere we can hang stuff from or attach it to, really. Maybe behind them? Oh, I'd love some glowstone. Maybe we should get Silk Touch next. That way I can make another pickaxe with Silk Touch and we could just go nuts in the nether. I could put glowstone behind each of them. Oh, yeah, I think that's probably the ticket. I'm gonna forget all about that, aren't I? Hey, what was that? Sticky situation? Jump into a honey block to break your fall. What? I literally did this. Or wait. Oh, maybe it's because I like went on the side? It was weird. I kind of like fell on the side and went up it. I don't know. I've been jumping on honey blocks non-stop, so some reason that one counted. I don't know. Is that going to be a problem? We'll have to, well, we might have to change how it is in the back here because I'm probably not going to like this. How it, you know, isn't going to let us do this sort of thing over here. We won't have enough space. So actually, for now, let's take some of these back at the back end. And we'll start by doing the sides. Whatever space is left over here, we'll figure out how to capitalize on. Also, I do have 6 bookshelves left, so we may as well give you a couple. Very nice. Looking good, boys. They love it. So I think what I should do is go grab some more emeralds and probably keep trading for bookshelves, fill this in, then we'll think about the other side. Wouldn't be a bad idea to grab Silk Touch and keep making progress from there. But yeah, for now, let's grab some emeralds, get more bookshelves, and fill that in. How many can I get from one guy again? Is it 12? Okay, per, you know, trade cycle or whatever. It is expensive though. That's quite expensive. But I was able to get quite a lot out of that. And I'd just rather have these in before we put the next villagers in because it's not really that bad replacing it, but you know, better to have it set ahead of time. Okay, that's all looking good. I do think Silk Touch will be our next villager. We can start getting that set up to get him moved in. Then I need to make a decision about this. Also, are we doing it that way? Is that smart? Or should I start getting any villager that I need in the middle and then just kind of put them in as they go? The reason I say that is because what if I'm like rolling for Silk Touch and I find I don't know, like a protection 4 for really cheap? Am I going to pass that up? Probably not. It also doesn't truly matter where they are in the library. So maybe I'll do it that way. I'll just move one in and whatever I first see that's at a good price that I know I'm going to need kind of more urgently than others, I'll just take it. But we will keep an eye out for Silk Touch. As we get to work on the library interior, we can talk through our first Roman fact of the day. In 264 BCE, Rome took its first step off the Italian mainland and into global conflict. The target was Sicily, a wealthy island caught between Roman interests and the naval superpower of Carthage. This wasn't just a border dispute, it was the start of the First Punic War. For the first time, the Romans, who were traditionally engaged in land battles, had to figure out how to fight on the open sea against the most experienced sailors in the ancient world. I was planning on just doing some more of the interior and copying what we already did here on other sides. I also figured out the spacing for these extra ones over here so that it looks nice on the corner there. There's nothing back there for the time being, but I think that fits in nicely now. I just had to make it a little bit tighter behind it, so rather than, you know, I think 2 blocks that are going to be behind each one of these, now there was just one, so a little bit tighter behind, but it still works. Everything looks good. I have to sleep in a second, but yeah, I ended up going a little bit further than I intended. I started building up on the back out here, or the front rather. Came up with a design for under here. I do think once we get more glowstone, that's what's going to go in these spots right here. And I started building up the walls with the same kind of design that we have inside. So, for example, each one of these little villager stalls has the trapdoors, the stairs, trapdoors, some of the stone brick. I did that on the exterior too. So we've got the trapdoors, the stairs, the stone brick, and it's obviously not done, but it's a good start. Now, aside from that, I also, on the interior, started to do that design I was talking about. You can kind of see the way the trapdoors lead on these corners here. This central point, I'm thinking might be open to the sky, to the air. And the second floor will be in this kind of U shape up here on top. I just have to decide exactly how I want to do that. But for now, I don't think it's necessary. This is a good amount. I probably am going to do some other design here. This just looks a little awkward to me. We might have like a step up right here so you could actually look out the window. But I hit a good stopping point and I decided it was time to start bringing in more villagers so we can start locking them all in. And if that is the plan, I'll want to grab all this stuff again. And I'm realizing I made it a bit difficult to actually get villagers in here by rail. Well, no, I can manage this. Hold on. Temporarily, we just go like this. Easy. We power their way up there, which should be plenty, I think. And we start with this stall right here. Am I going to have to remove the sign? I put all the signs in thinking I'd be good, but, well, could I do this? No, I don't think I want to. Let's go around and remove all the signs. I can put those back afterwards. The signs especially will help me keep it straight, because in a minute, I'm probably, I don't know if it'll be a time lapse or just like a montage or a cut, but I'm probably going to go through and get all of the different villagers loaded in. But I do think I want them locked in before I do each of the next, if that makes sense. So I'm probably going to have to get a lot more emeralds, books, lock each one in, put the sign so I know what they are, and then I'm going to be doing a lot of like looking back because I'm sure I'll forget as I'm locking them in. Like when I get over here, I'm going to have no idea what I actually did over there, so we'll have to do that to keep straight. I should probably make a list. Anyway, first things first, let's get a villager locked in over there, as well as some more trapdoors. I've been blowing through these things. I really like the way they look as a design element, but they're expensive, and I'm using them a lot. Okay, so now we need to get this connected up to our villager breeder, which fortunately is very close by, and we have to change it, so instead of leading over to the curing area, infecting and curing that is, we turn it the other way and bring it into the library. I can't imagine we're going to run out of villagers when we do this, but you never know. Okay, so out of the villager breeder, along that path, powered up there, should go straight in. And then since we're out here, let's get some more emeralds. I've been too lazy to actually trade the carrots and potatoes, so I've just been doing these every once in a while. It's just a lot easier because you only have to do it once and you get lots. 2 times around each, and I get over 2 stacks, 2 1/4. And I still have a few in here. That should be plenty to start us off for, though. Well, why not? I'll bring them, just in case. Thank you, farmers. We will get the remainder of the minecarts loaded in here. Press this button to get our first villager launched out that side. There he goes. He's like, where am I going? Don't worry, you're gonna like it. Look at how nice it is in here. It's gotta be better than that villager breeder. Now you just gotta take that job. We get rid of these. Make sure that you're locked in there with that trapdoor. Then we can break you out. And why aren't you taking that job? I felt like he was looking at something else when we were passing by, but there's no other job blocks around here, are there? Oh, there we go. He took it. Okay. I guess we're also going to need a book. So 1 more bookshelf, 3 books, and we figure out what we're going to be locking you into. So like I said, I'm not going to just wait for a silk touch. That would have been nice on breaking 3 for 21. 22. So ours is pretty good. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to swap them out. But anyway, we're not just waiting for Silk Touch. Anything that I see that's like, yes, we definitely want that, I'm going to get pretty much right away. In fact, where's my list? Looting 2 isn't bad, but I do want to hold out for looting 3. Fire protection 4. Not my first priority. That's actually pretty good, but it's just, yeah, it's not my... Oh, come on. 17 for fire protection 4. I don't usually use that. I usually just get regular protection. But we might also have like nether specific armor that's like all like fire protection gear. But also we'd only ever need to buy it 4 times. So if in the future I end up seeing this again and it's much more expensive, I'm not gonna like, you know, beat myself up over it because we'd only ever have to buy it 4 times max. So yeah, we're gonna pass it up. That's not bad. Sharpness 5. I mean, it is expensive, but we'd only ever have to buy it 1 time. So I think... I mean, in fact, I could just buy this and then never see this villager again. Well, no, I think we could do it sword, spear, maybe even axe. I don't know. Yeah, let's lock him in. It's expensive, but I'm not super worried about how expensive things are because we don't have to buy these a lot. And I have so many emeralds, so let's do that. I think that's a good one for this guy. You are my sharpness 5 villager. So we'll get that put down here. And you're good. So you get the picture. I think from this point on, I'm just going to kind of go silent. I'm going to get all of the first floor loaded in and each guy locked into a trade. And then we'll probably come back and I'll show you which ones we've been able to lock in on this floor. And if we want to start actually enchanting anything. That's my plan. I will see you in probably at least a few Minecraft days to get this all taken care of. See you in a few. The Romans were terrible at traditional sea ramming, so they used their engineering brains to come up with another solution. They invented the corvus, a heavy boarding bridge with a giant metal spike at the end. When a Carthaginian ship got close, the Romans would drop the bridge, nailing the 2 ships together. This turned a sea battle into a land battle on deck, allowing Rome's superior infantry to swarm the enemy. It was a clunky invention that made ships unstable, but it won them the war. That actually was not too bad. For the first floor, I was able to prioritize, for the most part, the things that I like to have from the beginning, which is mainly armor and the first set of tools, bow, sword, that sort of thing. I didn't really prioritize, for example, things with the trident or the mace or like multiple sets of armor that we might have going forward. I put all the books that I bought in here, but just a quick rundown of what we have now, and some of these we already had, but mending, unbreaking, efficiency, those are 3 that we just use all the time. Mending and unbreaking for pretty much everything, and efficiency for all of the tools. Oh, also, I think we got everything at top level. I wasn't so concerned with the price, but they all should be top level, which is fantastic. So sharpness 5 for, I believe, sword and spear, maybe axe. Protection 4 for all of our armor. Right after that, we ended up getting Silk Touch, so that's great. We can make our Silk Touch tools and move, bookshelves, glass, things like that. I got Sweeping Edge 3 for the sword. I thought that might come in handy, as well as Respiration, so we can breathe longer underwater. Over on this side, we have Depth Strider, which, what does that do? Underwater movement speed, so you can just move more easily underwater, which is great. Aqua Affinity does the same for mining underwater, so you can mine more quickly if you are underwater. Fire Aspect 2, I wasn't sure if I wanted that or not, but it came up, it was cheap, so I decided to get it. Why not? It's, just in case we wanted to have our sword light mobs on fire. Power 5 for the bow came up, actually really cheap, which is great. I did end up getting Lunge 3. That's a new one to me. I think it's for the spear, like it makes you move faster or charge or something like that, so I figured we may as well grab that one. We got Infinity as well for the bow, so we don't have to keep restocking on arrows. We could just have one and be good for, forever. Looting 3 for our weapons, that way mobs will drop more of their drops for us. And finally, Feather Falling 4, that one was pretty expensive, but I only need to buy it one time. So actually I'm kind of done with this guy, unless we level them all up so they can do lanterns and glass, for example. But I'd say that was a pretty good run. Am I hearing a wandering trader? Are you hearing that? Oh, yeah, I thought so. Alright, what have you got? Hay bale and water bottle. Podzol, no, don't need that. Bucket of tropical fish. You have exactly nothing that I want. And normally that would mean bad day for you, but are you going to do exactly the same thing the last one did? Are you just going to walk right into that hole with your llamas? You didn't learn the lesson of your predecessor? He shook his head. He's like, nope, no I did not. Well, I mean, if you're into it, go ahead. Go jump down the hole, see if the mobs give you a warm welcome. I have other things to think about. Now that we have all of these librarians locked in and set in their little library stalls, and I've got at least one of each of those books, I think I'll probably start organizing these for things that we're going to be enchanting. So what I'll probably do, well, let's do this. Get them all at the bottom, we'll sort them back at the top, and I like to just put them in little groups that show, this is going to be for this item, so on and so forth, but I do need to still buy more. And I've got leftover emeralds, so it might not be too bad. We'll get a few more books, just so that we don't run out right away. I need to get 4 mending unbreaking, and then 2 mending unbreaking efficiency. Yeah, let's start there. I'm just going to get a bunch of mending, unbreaking, and then a few efficiencies. So 4 for armor, 5, 6, 7 for another pickaxe, and 8 for my shield. So 8 mending books. And yeah, you can tell we actually are going to run out of emeralds pretty quickly. That's why we have our farmers, though. That's it. We're out of emeralds at the first one. Okay, that's fine. I'll go back and forth and do a few trades with the farmers. We'll collect all the emeralds we might need. And I'll let you know once I've got enough at least of mending and unbreaking. That's probably going to take the longest. I almost have all I need for mending and unbreaking, but I'm blowing through all the carrots and potatoes. Luckily, these are keeping up pretty well, the 2 auto farms. But I'm pleased that the 3 farmers seem to be doing the job. Every time I head over there, and assuming I do full trades, I get over like 4.5 stacks of emeralds, which is pretty good. So 1 more unbreaking book. Thank you. And then 2 efficiency books, right? 1 extra pickaxe, and we need an axe. And those are quite expensive, but we should have enough. Yeah, pretty easily actually. So let's get 2 efficiency 5. So that is for the tools. And then wait, was I thinking about the bow when I got these mending, or 8 rows? We've got another pickaxe, a regular axe, my shield, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of armor. Maybe I was thinking of the bow, because we won't need mending for the bow. I guess a spear too, but we'll do that later on, so I guess the mending book we'll take away for now. So we'll say this is the row for the bow. We've got infinity and power 5. These 4 will be for the armor. So the boots, we need the feather falling on. Oh wait, the sword. Am I going nuts? 4 armor, 2 tools. Okay, the sword was the one I was thinking of. Never mind. We do need that. Let me organize these. I need to talk myself through this and make sure I've got it right. Okay, I think I'm pretty close. This looks like nothing, but it makes sense to me. I need 3 more Protection 4 books, but aside from that, I think it's good. And in the end, what I'm hoping for is another pickaxe that has Mending, Unbreaking, Efficiency, and Silk Touch, a better axe that has Mending, Unbreaking, Efficiency, Silk Touch, and Sharpness 5. I figure we may as well put Silk Touch on it. I don't see a reason not to. Our shield will have Mending and Unbreaking. Our bow will have Unbreaking, Infinity, and Power 5. You can't put Infinity on a Mending bow, unfortunately, so that one won't be able to have Mending. Our helmet will have Mending, Unbreaking, Aqua Affinity, Respiration 3, and Protection 4. And then, like I said, we need 3 more Protection 4s, but for both the chest plate and the pantaloons. That will be Mending, Unbreaking, and Prot 4. And then for the boots, Mending, Unbreaking, Feather Falling, Depth Strider, and Prot 4. So kind of everything. Like, these will be incredibly good. And then finally for the sword, we have Mending, Unbreaking, Looting 3, Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 2, and Sweeping Edge 3. We have been getting a lot of levels. I'm at level 61 now, but we're going to need so many more. Like, this is going to take a lot to get through all of this. Would have been nice to have an XP farm, but I think just through trades, we should be able to get it done. So for now, what I'm going to do is probably go do another full trade with the farmers. That will give us enough, I hope, to get the Prot 4 books that we need. Since we're going by anyway, I'll grab a few more carrots and all that sort of thing. And then if I can remember, I also want to stop by storage really quick. Potatoes, that's where we're running low on potatoes. That's fine. Anyway, stop by storage because I want to get some extra armor so we can make like 5 anvils. I'm assuming we're going to need that many, and that will allow us to start combining all the books up. We also need to take Unbreaking 1 off of this axe. This one's about to break, so I was just going to use this next one, and then we can start enchanting it. Alright, I need lots more emeralds, please. That should do it right there. Once again, many, many emeralds. And let's run back real quick for that iron. I don't even think we need to head up to the iron farm because I'm pretty sure I had a ton in here already. Oh yeah, goodness. Let's just get a stack, why not? Prot 4 was here. Get 3 more of these. Actually pretty cheap, all things considered, for a Prot 4 book. I know it can go cheaper, but I usually end up locking that in like the 50s. Oh yeah, I got another Silk Touch too because I was going to put that on Scooby-Doo. It was another like, why not sort of thing. Alright, so we've got leftover emeralds, leftover that. The Prot 3 go here. That is a lot of combining that we need to do. So first up, we need an anvil, and may as well make 2 for the get-go. Why not? Bonk, bonk. And I forgot about taking the enchantment. Let me run back. I'm going to take the enchantment off. In fact, this one is almost dead, so patooey! Seems like a waste, but don't worry. We're never going to run out of tools again. Oh, we need to make another pickaxe as well, and a diamond sword. I almost forgot about all these. And we need to disenchant our bow. Do I have a grindstone out anywhere? Yeah, here we go. So the diamond axe, we need to take off the Unbreaking 1. Don't need that. I can probably just make a new bow. We can keep this one for old time's sakes. Old time's sake? I don't know. We need 2 diamonds for a new sword. We can throw the iron one back in here. Grab some string. Make a new bow. I did that backwards, didn't I? Yes, I did. There we go. Old bow goes in there. New sword. That is diamond. And I nearly forgot. We also need an extra pickaxe for our Silk Touch one. So that should be everything. At least I hope so. Now, it doesn't really matter what order we enchant this stuff in. I was thinking of starting with like the most expensive, which is typically the sword and the boots, because I think those have the most enchantments that have to be combined. But it doesn't really matter. This is going to take a lot either way. Just watch, those 65 levels we have, they're going to be gone almost instantly. So first off, since I've got it here, the Silk Touch book, we'll just put that on Scooby-Doo. That's already 11 levels down, so you kind of see what's going to come up here. So, Silk Touch onto that. We may as well just get the tools and stuff over with. So let's start with the axe, and that is this row right here, or column. It might be a waste to put a silk touch on an axe, but I was just thinking like if we're, I don't know, if we're collecting stuff and we want to just use the axe to get a couple leaf blocks, or I'm not really sure what else. Maybe mushrooms? Mushroom blocks? That might be where it would come in handy. Oh, and if we're harvesting pumpkins and melons, the melons in particular, that'll keep them. Yeah, so that's not bad. All right, are we going to be able to even get through this one? So mending and unbreaking together. Then if I do these, if I swap them, 6 either way. I'm trying to make sure we can do this as efficiently as possible, or cheaply, I should say. But it kind of seems, there we go, there's a cheaper one, 4. Silk touch and efficiency. 6 for that, 10 for that, goodness. We'll go with the 6. And then 18 or 9. We're going with 9, but at least that's everything all together, and I really hope I got that right. So 26 levels, which is actually going to be pretty much all our levels. So we can do one thing before we need to level back up again, which is madness. And we need to name it. And I'm having to look this one up because I didn't know off the top of my head. But apparently Sylvanus is the primary Roman god of woods, forests, and uncultivated lands. So why don't we do that? Axe of Sylvanus. 27 levels, but that works for me. Look at that thing. That is a very nice axe. All right, let's do it. Down to 5 levels. We need to sleep. So given that we blew through those levels so quickly, I think what I'm going to do now is we will get the books for the pickaxe, the Silk Touch pickaxe, as well as the shield and the bow. So basically everything except for the armor and the sword. I'm going to take these over by the farmers, and because I'm pretty sure it's true that it's easier, for example, to go from level 1 to level 10 than it is to go from like level 50 to 60, I'm just gonna do trades and level up in here with an anvil and all the books. And then as soon as we hit whatever level we need, for whatever it is we happen to be enchanting at the time, I'm just going to do that because I think it's more efficient that way if you just get exactly to the level you need to get to. Oh, that was nice. I just used the axe for the first time on the crafting table. It broke it instantly. That's great. But yeah, I think it's more efficient if we just get exactly to the level, we combine a few books, and then we keep repeating that process rather than standing here for days getting to level 60 and then trying to do the same exact thing essentially. So for now, a few of the books in here. And I'm gonna probably have to run back and forth a few times for more carrots and potatoes, but that's fine. We knew this was coming, citizen. We knew it would not be easy. But that's why we spent a lot of time last video preparing for this exact thing, essentially. So, 11 levels, mending and breaking out, combine them. Might even be able to do silk touch and efficiency as well. Yep. And then we get back to level 11 for the last 2. So you see what I mean. I think it does go faster that way. I only traded with 1 farmer, and we were already able to get this. Actually, it's cheaper that way. So I think this will be much, 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 much better. In fact, we're ready for this one. So the Silk Touch pickaxe, no, we're not ready. We need 17 for. Once we have that, I've got a name in mind. Nearly there, a few more. There we go. So since that's our Silk Touch pickaxe, we will use Juno, Queen of the Gods, and call it Juno's Silk. There we go. So we've got all of those. Next up, we'll say the bow, or actually the shield. That'll be easier. It's only mending and unbreaking, so that makes things a lot easier for us. But then I think we might have just used everything for the day, and we're only about halfway through the day, so we'll have to wait a bit. That's fine. For a name, why don't we go with the god of the smithy, Vulcan. We'll go with Vulcan's Wall. I like it. Tomorrow, we'll work on the bow. Or I guess today, they refreshed again. 15 levels for the bow. Okay, that will wait for tomorrow. Ooh, there we go. We got just enough, 16. And this one will be Diana's bow, Roman goddess of the hunt, archery, wilderness, all that stuff. Beautiful. So at this point, I think you get the idea. Going to be a little repetitive as we go through the rest, but we are making very good progress. In fact, we've got all of the tools and weapons done. Oh wait, no, we still need to do the sword. But this part's going to take even longer, and I don't want to bore you with basically the exact same thing over and over and over again. So I am going to do that. I'm going to get through the rest of these books for the helmet, leggings, chest plate, boots, and sword. Then once we got through all of that, we can decide what we're doing next. Basically, do we want to do the spear, or do we want to continue building the library? Those are the first 2 things that come to mind. So I will work on that, and I'll bring you back in once we've wrapped up. I know I said I would wait till I was done, but you've got to share my pain with this. Look at this. For the sword, I need 33 levels. Ugh. All right, I'll let you know when I'm done. I now have the last 4 books combined, and this is for the armor. The 2 with Prot 4, Unbreaking 3, and Mending, and then 1 with also included Aqua Affinity, Respiration 3, and then 1 with Feather Falling 4 and Depth Strider 3. I have not yet checked how much it's going to cost to actually put these on the armor, because I've been too afraid. So let's finish our trades, and then I wanted to bring you back in so you could see how much this is going to cost. At least we've been gathering quite a lot of emeralds by doing this, so we shouldn't run out anytime soon. So let's take off the armor and see what this is actually going to take. So these 2 are for the leggings. That's gonna... Oh, I can actually do the leggings. Okay, these will be the easier ones, the leggings and the chest plate, because it doesn't have that much on the books. So those are only 12. Not terrible. I'm scared of these, though. The helmet is this one. 24. Okay. I think the sword is actually going to be the worst. Oh, which we did, by the way. Mars Exulte is complete. So 24 there. And then we've got the boots, which is this one here. 26. So 26, 24, 12, 12. It's doable. It's a lot, but it's doable. We're going to get there. In fact, we can start with one of them now. Why don't we do the leggings? I'm going with one of my old favorites, Pluto's Pantaloons. Prot 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending. Looks good. So now that we are officially a fancy pant, I'm going to keep waiting it out, doing trades with these guys. I've been jumping back and forth, doing it with the stick boys over there a bit, the trading paper with the librarians, just to get more levels, so I'll keep that up. And then once we've got the rest of these all enchanted, and we could finally say we're done, I'll bring you back in once again. We're getting there. I think I'll be able to get enough for the last one now. Pretty sure it was 27 total. Yep, there we go. Please, please, please let me be done. We've got it. Mercury's sandals. I thought, he's got wings on his feet. Something about his feet. Boots, feet. You get it. But that should be it. Oh, get it on there. And then we've also got Neptune's helm. I figured because we had a couple water type enchantments on there. But that is everything. Neptune's helm, Vulcan plate, Pluto's pantaloons, Mercury sandals, Mars Exulte, Diana's bow, Juno's silk, Jupiter's Delabra, Axe of Sylvanus, and Scooby-Doo. The only one that isn't Roman themed. But I couldn't help myself. Oh man, that was quite the adventure, but man, look at all those emeralds too. And that's just one of them. We got another one over here filled with more stuff. So yeah, we should be set on both emeralds and golden carrots for quite a bit now. And I am super happy. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vulcan's wall. But I am very happy we've got all this stuff now. I feel more powerful. We're going to have to do some exploring too, and maybe just, pick some fights with mobs, because I got to try all this stuff out. In fact, there was some nether exploration we were putting off until I felt a little bit more protected, so maybe now's a good time. Oh, we need the glowstone anyway too, so that might be an idea. I know earlier I was talking about maybe finishing the library, or what was the other thing? Oh yeah, doing a spear, getting a spear, which we could do, but now that's another option, nether exploration. What to do? Okay, I came up with a plan. We are going to head into the nether. I want to give all of this new stuff we have a try and just see how it feels, and a lot of it we can test in there. The point of all that is I want to collect glowstone. We can use our silk touch pickaxe for that. I want to get some more blaze rods, just generally, seems like a good thing to have, but also in case we end up trying to go to the end and fight the ender dragon, we're going to need those to find a stronghold. And speaking of the same thing, we will also need ender pearls. That also made me think of one reason why I don't typically use fire aspect on my sword, or indeed flame on the bow, is because of endermen. I'm hoping if I trap them in a boat, they won't be able to teleport away if we set them on fire, which they typically do. But I guess we'll just find out. In any event, looting 3 should help with that, both the blaze rods and the ender pearls. So let's head into the nether and grab these things. And yes, I do feel much more confident going in here than the last couple times. Now fortunately, if we just head straight on and pass up the bastion here that I still haven't explored, maybe eventually, we'll get right into a nether fortress. And I'm hoping I can find my way back to the we found a blaze spawner. I didn't actually spot it. I just saw tons and tons of blaze, so I assume they're there. And we can start with that. It's probably the most dangerous part, so may as well knock that out first. Yeah, this is the spot. Actually, you can see all the XP and blaze rods left over from our last trip here. So let's see if we can dig our way down there. There's gotta be... They're spawning like crazy right here. There's gotta be something right down there. Why am I not seeing anything, though? That's wild. There's not... I mean, I've already got 3. There's nothing behind this wall? Ooh, that could be bad. You stay right there, friendo. Oh, there it is. I see it. There's a blaze spawner up there. I am just getting hit nonstop. I'm wondering why they're spawning so far away from the blaze spawner, though. There's gotta be one here. They continue to spawn right here. Yeah, here we go. I knew it. Look at this. Have you ever seen this? It's inside the wall. I have never seen that before. You... get out of here. Oh boy. Yep. Bit dangerous to be doing it this way, but we've got the new armor. We're safe, I trust, I hope. See if we can dig our way back up from this spawner, because this would be just a nice... Would you... Ugh, get out of here. Nope. I'd like more general access to this. There we go. And then that's where we came from, so all we have to do now is come across here, and then there will be this little spot right down there that leads us to a blaze spawner. And if we open it up a bit more, and then close off the other side, I'm hoping that will make this a nice area to collect. Ow! Come on. Let me do this. Let me build a wall. Not the easiest thing in the world to do when they just constantly are attacking you. But at the same time, at least it's spawning quickly. I'm sure we're... Oh yeah, we've already got 16. I wasn't even looking. Okay. Maybe that'll do it. So I can just kind of sit here and collect for a bit. And then once we're done here, we are right next to a warped forest. I mean, we might even be done right now. I've got tons of these already. So we could jump over there, grab some ender pearls, and then hopefully be pretty close to some glowstone as well. And just by means of, you know, testing out the new gear, the armor is doing great. Like, we would have been, well, as the kids say, we would have been cooked, quite literally, at this point. But it's turning out working well. Looting has been great. I mean, yeah, that's actually quite enough of that. And now we can work our way over here. Yeah, I thought I heard something there. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. We should get away from the blaze spawners, though, because this is getting kind of old. And is there an easy way to get out here somewhere? We can collect some of this while we're here, too. Hey, buddy. Nope. I hear an enderman. Oh, it was up on top of the tree. That would explain it. Can you get right in this boat, please? Right in the boat. Right in the boat. There we go. Okay, so now we can find out who is... Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, somehow you just got set on fire. That wasn't by me. But can I do this and you can't get out so I can still use looting, please? Good. So that works. We don't have to worry about them getting out of the boats. We do have to worry about all of you continually jumping out from there. Oh, and getting in my boat, apparently. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. Okay. Yeah, there's another one right there. That's why there's so many around here. Let's kind of move away a bit, and I guess first, swap out with our Silk Touch pickaxe. Collect all of this if we can. Ooh, continuously get rid of those little goobers. Then we'll head back over, get some ender pearls, and call it a day. Finally, Silk Touch. Beautiful. If we could dig our way down there, that's going to be where the endermen are. Yeah, I see you, buddy. Don't worry. I'll be right with you. Okay, so I'm going to spend a bit of time doing this. Can we get these out of the way without setting the enderman? Catching the endermen in boats, taking them out with looting 3, collecting whatever I can get out of that, and we need at least 12 ender pearls, but hopefully we can get a bit more than that. So I will let you know once we've done that. Oh wow, that goes really fast. I only killed like 3 or 4, and we got 12 already. Wow, I'm impressed. Let's get a few more while we're here. Okay, that is 16 and 10, 26. I think we're good to leave it there. The thing that I didn't get tons of was glowstone, and I also didn't think to remember how I got here. Shocking. But this is the nether fortress right here, so if we dig up into that, it's gotta lead us back, right? Yeah, just keep running around till we find our way out. Works every time. Also, if I did want some more glowstone, there's gotta be a better place for it. There's like tons up there, but I don't want to jump all the way up there or, you know, power my way all the way up. Ah, come on, buddy. I'm not here for that. Ooh. Oh, no way. That was a return to sender? I must have hit the fireball, right? It was coming out of it. Oh, give me a break, man. There we go. 2 for 2. Do we get a ghast tier? Maybe? No. Okay. Oh, wait. We got a... Amos Roddy Tears disc. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right here. Yes, please. Ooh, that was close. I almost stepped over that. Jeez. I don't think feather falling works that far. I've got over a stack now of the glowstone. I'm wondering if that would be good enough for now. I'm also wondering if we should set up cleric trades so we can trade for it. In fact, I could trade for both with clerics, glowstone, and ender pearls. I'm sure I don't need more ender pearls right now, but still. Oh. Looks like this is one of my old bolt holes right here. One of the ways out. Or, yeah, I think so. This leads back to the portal. I say we just head back. We've got plenty of good stuff that we collected this time. Yep, it does. Alright, let's head back. So I'm very pleased with how the armor worked out, and the sword, the bow. I think it's safe to say we got all that we need. So we had 1 blaze rod, now we're up to 34, and 26 ender pearls. That, I think, will be enough to both find the stronghold and activate it if we wanted to. Over a stack of glowstone, that should also give us what we need. But yeah, I'm pleased with how that trip worked out. Now that I've sorted my inventory real quick before we start anything else, whatever the next project is, I want to run up and empty the iron farm because I haven't yet this video, and I'm sure it's, if not full, then, well, actually, you know what? I've got so many chests up there, I kind of forgot about that. But at least the bottom chest is probably full. So let's take the water elevator all the way up, assuming it's been working. I haven't really been paying attention. This bottom one, yeah, I mean, that's not doing too shabby. Turn it all into blocks of iron, consolidate it quite a bit, and take it all back to storage. Why did I say that so weird? I'm assuming it's still working. Why wouldn't it be? Iron golems. Hello? I might need to let it go, like, actually into night rather than sleeping. Sometimes they need a bit of a reset by doing that, so maybe I'll stay up tonight, make sure that it's working, then we can move on to whatever's next. Now that we've had our successful trip to the Nether and we've got our blaze rods, our ender pearls, we could pretty much go find the stronghold anytime we wanted. I'm feeling pretty prepared with all this armor and everything. But I'd rather save that for later for a couple of reasons, actually. One, if we just jump into free cam really quick, the library isn't done. It looks pretty good for what we've done so far, but we still need the second floor and more librarians and more to do there for sure. But two, I was thinking, I mean, at the beginning of the video, I said we were just doing enchanting. We wouldn't have time for an elytra. We might, actually. So I'm undecided. We might have time for an elytra. But if that's the case, we should probably build a creeper farm, because I don't really have a way to get firework rockets consistently anyway, yet. We've got the sugarcane farm for paper. I did clear out some of this earlier because I was trading paper with the librarians, but that should still be plenty, plus we've got some in storage. But that's what I'm thinking. We might want to prioritize finishing the library and then doing a creeper farm so we can get gunpowder and have a better way to make firework rockets. Also, I never really look. So flight duration 1, 2, and 3. What's the difference? They're not coming up any different. I think you can like add more gunpowder, maybe, and then they get more powerful. I'm not quite sure. Doesn't matter. We need a creeper farm for lots of gunpowder, but I think what we'll do, I'm gonna go grab the glowstone and then more materials, because I think it makes sense to finish the library just to say that we've got that done, and then decide, do we want to get the more librarians in right now? Don't really need any other enchantments, but I mean, we could look about getting a trident, maybe. We could get a spear. And actually, come to think of it, we also need to enchant a diamond hoe that eventually will get a netherite hoe, because there's an achievement for that. And even a fishing rod. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. So there's still lots more to do on that front. But for starters, why don't we head back over to the library and start building a second floor. And I might even just throw a roof on it, get all that finished up, and then start moving some villagers in, and call that a bit more complete. You, of course, are going to get that as a time lapse. Enjoy, citizen. By the end of the First Punic War in 241 BCE, Carthage was defeated and forced to pay a massive indemnity in silver. More importantly, Rome seized Sicily, Sardinia, and Corsica. These became Rome's first provinces, territories outside Italy ruled by Roman governors. This changed the Roman economy forever, as a steady stream of grain and taxes began flowing into the city from overseas, fueling even more expansion. But the peace didn't last. In 218 BCE, the Second Punic War exploded when the Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca did the unthinkable. He marched an army including dozens of war elephants across the frozen Alps and into Italy. It was an impossible mission that actually worked. Hannibal blindsided the Romans, appearing in their backyard when they expected the fighting to happen hundreds of miles away in Spain or Africa. I don't think we did too bad. Like always, I wasn't sure, like, as I was building, like, does this look good? Is this gonna work? But at the end, it really turned out, I think. I tried out some new things. I don't typically do this, putting grass, well, I mean, I did it here. I was gonna say putting grass up above in a build, but this one was a little bit more specific as a garden. This, I thought like garden box, just something up by the windows with trapdoors in front, flowers looking nice. Similar with the leaves, I tried to do it almost like it was vines growing in a certain direction across the front of the build. Got some nice fences in instead of windows, just for a little bit of an added, I don't know, just a change, something different. Lots of stripped logs going all the way around for the walls. And the usual little details like buttons, fences, stairs, trapdoors. This was kind of new. Tried something new on the top where I don't even know what you would call this. I just thought it looked nice. So we've got that all going along the top of the roof. Couple shelves here and there, more walls, lanterns, everything to light it up. I haven't really finished the interior yet. We've got stairs leading up on both sides, which I thought was nice. It still gives you sort of a central walkway through that eventually will lead to a bridge back here. But like I mentioned, I haven't really done a whole lot up here yet. I just made it look library-y by putting bookshelves in, gave it a little bit of lighting. It's still kind of dark in here, but I'm hoping once we set up the villagers, I'll just use light as a part of that, and hopefully that'll help make it a bit brighter in here. There should be a decent amount of space. I'll probably do a bit of a different design compared to what we did down here, just because I don't think there's I know there's not as much space up top, and I don't know if we need as many villagers, because we got most of what we need down here. But overall, I'm pleased. It came out like I expected. I was talking about that whole sort of U shape, and this is what I meant, keeping it open in the middle, and then wrapping around this way. So overall, yeah, there's our library. I think it looks pretty good. So now we're back to more decisions. Do I move in the extra villagers and start working on those extra things like mace enchantments, fishing rod enchantments, all the sort of, I guess you would call them more ancillary type ones? Or do we start scouting an area for a creeper farm? Because actually, I mean, if I had thought about it, it probably would have made more sense to make the creeper farm before I did this, because then it could have been running this whole time. But I didn't think about that, and you didn't remind me. No, it's okay, citizen. Anywho, I think I'll just look at this for a while and appreciate a job well done, and then we'll decide what's next. I was looking through the tutorial video for the creeper farm that I chose that I think we'll be building for this world. And after looking at that, second thoughts, it wouldn't have actually helped if we built it first before we worked on the library. The reason for that, in the last hardcore world that we did, the original hardcore world, I built a creeper farm that was pretty much just AFK. You would stand on a platform way up high in the sky, it spawns creepers, they automatically fall onto campfires and collect gunpowder that way. The one that I'm looking at for this video is a little bit different. It appears that the creepers actually fall down so you can use looting on a sword, and that way collect, so you can actually get more gunpowder, which will it'll be better yields, a little bit more difficult, but this one also requires cats. Well, it doesn't require it, I shouldn't say that. It just makes it much more effective if you have cats. So, I don't think I have any fish anywhere. We probably should start now, try to capture a couple cats. Because I am thinking that it would make sense to start the creeper farm next. And yeah, I've only got cooked salmon, so okay, first off, I guess we're going fishing, and by fishing I mean, wait, will it cook fish? So if there's some salmon over here. If I use fire aspect sword, but it's underwater, will it cook the fish, or will they not be cooked? Yeah, it totally cooks them. Okay, that's not what we want. Let's try with the axe. Come here, buddy. Sushi. Yeah, so we need lots of this. We need to get lots of fish. We need to see if we can get 2 cats and then start breeding them, because I don't know exactly how many we're gonna need, but it's, you know, some. Also, this is great. I haven't tested this yet. Look at the bubbles going down so much slower now that we have respiration, and I'm able to move quickly underwater now. So we have depth strider, so now, look at this. I can just walk around normally underwater, like some kind of fancy man. I like that. I think I scared all the fish away. Here's some more. Boop. I'm pretty sure this is how the Romans actually would go fishing. They would just run along underwater with an axe and just chop at the fish until they had enough for the day. Not 100% on that, but I'm almost certain. May as well grab some dye while we're here too. And half a stack, you would think, of salmon would be enough to get at least 2 fish. And I know I've seen cats running around, but of course, now that we're looking for them, I probably won't find any. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Unsurprisingly, they're usually around the villager breeder, but I don't see any right now, so I guess we can go check the village. Kitty cats. Hello. Got you some nice fish. I guess we go check the other village. Also, look at that library from a new angle. Very nice. Yeah, so what? I'm happy with the build. Give me a break, citizen. Hello, kitty cat. Alright, I guess we just wait for one to spawn back at the base again. That was a miss. But there is something else we need while we wait to see if another one spawns. So while we wait to see another cat at the base, we are going to need lots of building blocks, and I just prefer to use stone bricks for my farms. That's what we ended up doing for the iron farm up there, mainly anyway, mostly stone brick. And even though you can't see it, most of the farms that are inside these structures are also built out of that. It's just, you know, preference thing. And for all of those, we had been converting the cobblestone into stone using a furnace. But no more. We don't have to do that. We now have Juno Silk. So I think I'll probably go mining, get several stacks of stone. But at the same time, we're going to need about a bajillion spruce trapdoors, or, you know, just trapdoors for this as well. So we should probably, every once in a while, jump back over to the spruce trees over there, knock them down tree with the axe, and get all those converted. But first, let's head down, because I think I do have, is it just, yeah, right here. Doesn't need to be here. We could always, I think I was trying to get granite out of that. If we find an area that looks more consistently stone, like right about here, now we can just directly get stone, and much quicker, in fact. There would be water here. That's just, and it's, oh. Okay, let's try this side. And that's andesite. Whatever. I'm just gonna do some digging for a while. We'll fill up the inventory now that it's so much easier. And there's water on this side too. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna fill up the inventory. We're just gonna keep digging until I've got tons of whatever here. Hopefully enough building blocks. Then we'll work on the trapdoors, and by that time, hopefully we'll have run across a kitty cat. Actually two. We need two. And that should be the majority of what we need for this creeper farm. Just looking at the list again. Oh, scaffolding. That's something else I don't have. I will look into it. As I'm doing this, I wonder if it would make more sense to have a stone generator, like actually backed by storage. That's what I did in the last hardcore world, and it was kind of nice not having to come down here and do this. Although, while I'm doing this, I am getting other things, like diorite and copper and all of that. So maybe it's not necessary just yet, but in the future, it might not be a bad idea. Okay, that should hopefully be enough, at least to start. It's a lot easier, like I said, than it would have been to cook all of that up. Or it feels like it. Maybe it wouldn't have been easier. I don't know. I prefer it. So let's drop it off. Let's see if any cats have invaded our home since we've been down there. I don't know, citizen. I'm starting to think we should just find a place to build this farm, start building it, and then near the end when we actually need cats, that's when we come and stress a little bit more about actually finding them, because I mean, I know I've seen them before, and suddenly, nothing. Well, if that's the case, we need to make a decision, and the only thing it said on the tutorial is you don't want to build this farm near mountains, so, I mean, this would probably count. I think it just means near high elevation. So I had two ideas. One was because we don't want it like right next to all of our stuff here. I was thinking we could maybe do it somewhere off beyond this village, like over on that coastline, because eventually we'll be building our way over there, but it's far enough away for now that it shouldn't get in the way of anything, and it's going to be up in the air anyway. Or two, we could take a boat out to the shore right over there, and kind of like we did in the last hardcore world, we could have it out by the ocean, because then there should be fewer mobs spawning at least that would be taking up the mob cap, and it'll make it more efficient. So, I don't know, I'm kind of undecided. I think more efficient would probably be out over the ocean. In fact, there's even a little island right out there that we could do it on. Would be kind of a pain, though, if we didn't collect all of the things we need to build it outright and we had to come back and forth, but it also shouldn't be too bad. If we're able to take a boat there and back, it would be, you know, pretty quick. Much quicker than running back and forth, for example. So maybe I'll start putting together what I have. Oh, we should grab the spruce while we're out here, and I'll just see, like, how much more do I think I'm going to need? Because another thing to mention, I think in the tutorial, the list of items is for if you're doing, like, 10 layers or something of this farm, and I'm planning on doing maybe 2 or 3 or something. I'm not doing 10 layers. That would just be overkill, I think. So I gotta try to figure out how much material I need, what's gonna take, and all the fun stuff. I will let you know when I've got that put together. Something I just thought of too, we'll need a bit of glass for this farm. I'm putting together some of the other things. We should probably go try to level up one of the librarians, or multiple of them, because I'd love to have more consistent glass acquisition. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Let's grab some emeralds and see if we can easily do this. Heal up the pickaxe while we're at it, too. I will take some emeralds, please. Thank you. And that's everything healed up almost immediately. Love that. And we've still got plenty of emeralds from last time, so we'll take some of those. I don't think we leveled up any of them too far. And if you're wondering, the reason this is still here, I wasn't sure if we were going to continue to bring villagers into the top level, so I just left this here for now. It's not a permanent structure, believe me. You will not be easy to level up. The easiest would be bookshelves, or if so, I think somebody's, yeah, already selling lanterns. That's going to make it really easy, because we can just keep buying those until you level up again. And you don't sell glass. I thought that's where it would have been. Let's try again. Who else has lanterns? Anybody? No? There you are. You sell glass. That's what we were looking for. Okay, perfect. And a clock. Do we need a clock? I mean, yeah, let's be fancy. Can anybody else level up more easily? Eventually, it'd be great if you're all, you know, we just level all of them up. But for now, I guess I'll start over here and just start buying any bookshelves that I can. Keep you going. And you also sell glass. Perfect. Should have looked too. So we got Frostwalker, Riptide 3, maybe. Quick charge. Some of that might come in handy. And now we've got a guy that also sells name tags, so that is also good. But I just spent a lot of emeralds, so I think this will be fine for now. I actually only need 20 glass blocks apparently, but it's good to have some on hand. So that's coming along. The scaffolding though, that requires string and bamboo. I actually thought of this earlier, and I did go plant some bamboo. I have some string. Looks like our bamboo has been growing. Let's see how much we can get here out of what I just set up in this one little area. I should only need about 2 stacks of scaffolding, and that's a lot of bamboo, goodness. So if that's the case, I could probably get what I need here. String is going to be the bottleneck if anything. No, I think we'll be good there. Okay, good. I'm pretty sure I hear rain. I was just about getting ready to go scout the location, and that's when it starts to rain. Every time. Because I think that's it. I don't know if this will be enough building blocks for a single level, and I don't know if this is enough trapdoors. Because in the material list it says 146 stacks of building blocks and 110 stacks of trapdoors, but like I said, that's for lots and lots of different layers of this. In any event, I think tomorrow we will take the boat over to this area I was thinking about. Fortunately, we can use the chest here to bring a lot of the materials with us. Then we can pick a spot and see if I've got anywhere near enough. There is all of the stuff packed away here, and just thinking about it actually, because we're using stone bricks and we have the Silk Touch pickaxe, we could gather more of this at the site. We don't even have to come back if that's what we run out of. Clever, eh? Yeah. Alright, in any event, we're going to head out there and try to see if we can find a spot to build this creeper farm. Right here, the river meets the ocean, so if we free can, that's the base way back over there. River comes out. We do have a flat area right here, or, you know, flat-ish. So it could be built there, and then, I mean, it's not even too far from the iron farm. We could even have a way, like a pathway leading down to this corner to do it here, because the other thought I had was putting it out there. Ooh, or there's even a little bit of land right here. Because I do think we'll have better rates on the mobs if we don't build it like here where there's going to be cave systems. But if you're over an ocean, there's a better chance that there's just going to be, you know, you're not going to have mobs spawning right down here typically. This might be perfect, this little island right here. Well, let's have a look. If we're right here, I mean, yeah, there's not going to be any land anywhere nearby. Still pretty close to the base, especially once we have an elytra. This will be no problem at all just to fly over here. I think we've got a winner. All right, let's get started building a creeper farm. In 216 BCE, Hannibal handed Rome its most humiliating defeat in history at the Battle of Cannae. Despite being outnumbered, Hannibal used a double envelopment tactic to surround and slaughter nearly 50,000 Roman soldiers in a single afternoon. The disaster was so great that the Romans reportedly resorted to human sacrifice to appease the gods, and every family in the city was in mourning. For a moment, it looked like Rome was finished. However, while Hannibal was ravaging Italy, a young Roman general named Scipio, later known as Scipio Africanus, realized that you can't beat a genius by playing his own game. Instead of fighting Hannibal in Italy, Scipio took the fight to the Carthaginian homelands in North Africa. This forced Carthage to recall Hannibal from Italy to defend his own city. It was a brilliant strategic pivot that finally took the pressure off the Roman heartland after 15 years of terror. And there is one layer done of the creeper farm. As you can see, it's working, and we've got all the weird new creeper types because of the resource packs that I'm using. Nothing has exploded on me yet. I'm still a little bit worried about that, but it seems to be working fine. Look at this one. It's like a skeleton creeper. It's so weird. But in any event, like I said, we only did one layer, but we are getting a lot of gunpowder. Currently, there's no cats, and like I said, one layer. You could build multiple layers on top of this. If we look inside, we have all the creepers spawning. If we had cats, they'd be sort of all rushing to get into the water, whereas right now they kind of just, you know, wander in there whenever they'd like to. The trapdoors on the ceiling means nothing except for creepers can spawn, and on the floor means that spiders won't be able to spawn, so this should be only creepers. And I think for now, rather than actually building additional layers, what I might do is wait to see if we can get cats, and then instead of more layers up here, we could just open up something in the ceiling, drop a cat in, and then increase rates that way. Because like I said, I mean, we're getting a decent amount of gunpowder. I don't see why we would need more for the time being, really. So yeah, I think what I'll do is just kind of hang for a minute. We'll collect a bit more gunpowder, bring it back to the base, and then see about what we want to work on next. I think 3.5 stacks should be plenty for now, and we could always come back if we find ourselves needing more, but that's really not a bad start. Oh, hello. One more. Alright, so now we take the scary little way down. I do not like these kinds of farms before we have an elytra, but this is part of the process. Alright, very good. Let's head home. Actually, something else I just thought of. Typically, before, well, it kind of depends. I was thinking before the end fight, the Ender Dragon fight, or if not that, before we get an elytra, I like to have totems of undying. Oh look, we got a dolphin friend back there. Keep up, buddy, we're going home. But yeah, I wonder if we should work on that. If not building a raid farm, then finding a, either a woodland mansion or triggering a raid elsewhere. I'm gonna have to think about that. We ran across a dark forest. I don't know if we checked it fully. It might be nice to go on a little trip and test out the sword, the bow, the armor once again, and get a totem for the fight. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea, but first, we're back. Let's just check. Are there cats yet? Not that I've seen so far. The last 2 times that I noticed a cat, it was over here. And nothing. Alright, no matter. I think I mentioned in the first video, the 100 days, but I'm also, another mod that I'm using is Zero's World Map. And it's just so any area that we've explored, we can check out still. So if I open that up right here, you'll see our starter area, but most of what we explored is up to the northeast here. And it takes some time to load in sometimes. But that is our new creeper farm right here. And then I think the dark forest, yeah, it was right up here. But it is kind of small. It doesn't look like it goes much further beyond there, and I don't see Woodland Mansion there. And it's one of those conundrums where this would be much easier to find with an elytra, but I don't like to fly too much with an elytra without a totem, because it's a very easy way to lose the world, like falling from that height or accidentally coming in too hot. And yeah, it's just no good. So I wonder if we should try another direction. Maybe just head east across all this snowy area and see if there's anything over that way. Well, if we're trying it, we should get our travel gear, which is grabbing a couple bundles, refill on torches, we'll refill on our carrots as well, just in case. Luckily, we got plenty of that earlier. But that should do the trick. I can't really think of anything else we might need. So I guess what we could do is hop back in the boat and then take this way east, head to the snowy area, and then we might even be able to use the boat. Looks like there's a village right here to get inland a bit, and yeah, we'll just explore a new area. Hopefully finding a woodland mansion. And sweet, sweet totems of undying. We've got our snowy area over here. We may as well run through that village while we're at it. And if I was smart, I should have brought an ominous bottle with us so that we could have triggered a raid somewhere out here. Just in case we don't find anything. But I suppose if we find a pillager outpost, we could do that. Get another ominous bottle, that is, and find a village. Anybody need a polar bear? They're here. Oh, I hadn't thought of it, but since we're out here, something else we can do is grab some ice. Now that we have the Silk Touch, we can get a bunch of this. Might come in handy for either item transport or make ourselves a way to travel using a boat if we need it somewhere. That should be plenty. Shouldn't be that far, but may as well use this opportunity while we can. Whoa. Nope. Oh, I wanted to stay in the ice. It's a quaint little village over here. And I don't expect they'll have anything that I want, really. anything new that we don't have. Ow, 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 ow. Doesn't look like it. We'll take the horse armor. Why not? Another bundle. Actually, the gold, too. Jeez, that scared me. There's a bat right here. You're in the overworld, you know. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. You're not in a cave. I guess you probably came from in there, but whatever. I'm guessing some of the village must be higher up because there's not a lot down here. Yeah, some up here. Yeah, nothing really. I guess we continue and hope that we don't run into powdered snow. It looks like this goes on for quite a while, which isn't great. Ooh, it's a little fox. One of the snow foxes. Buddy, I didn't really bring anything to bring you back home with me, but it's good to know you're here. I also just realized another mistake. We should have brought Bones with. What if we run into more dogs? I don't think I'm ever going to remember to do that. Alright, this might make it a little bit easier. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Anything interesting? Oh. There's this. Above water, which is strange. Do you have anything for me? Hey, buddy boy. Oh, you're both, whoa. I think he had a trident, didn't he? You have something. Ow. Yep, you got a trident. Nope. Are you? Is he right? That guy was that guy on a Nautilus? I think he's on a oh, he's on a zombified Nautilus. I didn't even know that was a thing. Look at that. Whoa. That's so cool. I had literally no idea this was a thing. Ow. It's attacking me, apparently. I didn't think they would be, like, mean. You're too cool to, you know, give you the same treatment I gave the zombies, so we're gonna leave you, but that is good to know. I had no idea that was even a possibility. We've got Unbreaking 2 fishing rod. Okay. Try to put some of this stuff in a bundle that I'm not really gonna need out. There we go. And we continue. Might be able to get out of the snowy area over here. It also looks like there's something. Another village. How quaint. Also looks like it's designed a bit differently than... I didn't know villages could come like this. And of course there's a cat. Not even trying it this far away from home. A village with no villagers, apparently. I don't see any. Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. You all kind of have garbage, too. I'm not really interested in any of that. Yep, they don't have anything, so let's keep going. Alright, finally, another big body of water on the other side now. And it does kind of look like that might be a dark forest. Is that a jungle? But that one, I think that might be a dark forest. Worth checking. Whee! Bad news. It looks like that's probably a jungle. And is this just a regular forest around it? I think most of these, yeah. Jungle, regular old forest, cherry forest. Lots and lots of jungle. I mean, I guess we could look for a jungle temple. I don't know exactly what is inside those. I think, isn't there an armor trim? Might not be a bad idea to try to collect that. Oh, for a second I thought that was one right there. But it does mean there's a lush cave beneath there. And another over there. Must be a big lush cave beneath here. Which I also don't think I really need anything. I mean, I guess axolotls. Hold on, we'll look. Is there like just a way to get underground from here? A little chasm and a friend right there. But it doesn't look like it leads to anything in particular. Well, at least we know. If we need a lush cave, there's a guaranteed one, probably. Surprised we're not seeing more pandas. You'd think there would be pandas around here. Ooh, but a mushroom. That might be a dark forest. It is. Look, I see a dark oak. Yes. And a nice little river to bring us through it so we don't... Hey, look at that. I am not always happy to see that, but this time I am. Look at these pigs. It's a dirty pig with a flower on his head. You see that? Hey, buddy. Both of them do. They both have a flower on their head. Look at that. Hey, turn around. Trying to get a look at you. Where have you been? Oh my goodness. Well, that's interesting. Also, I mean, that's exactly what we were looking for right here. So, how confident are we feeling? Because we could always pop in, try to get a totem, and then run for it after that. This looks like a big one, actually. Do you see that? Could always... Actually, I mean, that could be one right there. It's hard to tell from this distance, but we could build our way up to the top and work it from the top down. That tends to be easier, for me anyway. Does this make me a creep, looking into their bedroom window, trying to scout out the place? Yeah, I think it does. Well, let's find the entrance. We'll just may as well knock on the front door. Yeah, this is a big one. Jeez. Also, note to self, that looks like a swamp over there. We should check to see if there's any mangrove before we go to... In fact, we might want to check that first. I'm going to forget if I get too excited in there, so we'll be right back for that. I want to check to see if this has any mangrove. We still need that tree. That's the one that I don't have. Definitely a lot of regular swamp. Not the best place to be at night. Another azalea tree, and I think I see a frog. Hello, froggy. Let's sleep, make it slightly safer. And then I just saw this when we woke up, so we may as well see if there's anything in the chest that we would want to bring back with us. Obsidian, sure, throw it in there. Knockback golden sword, smite axe, golden apple, definitely. Golden nuggets, flint and steel. I don't really want those two. We'll leave the rest. And I think that, is that mangrove? And a village right here. I'm kind of sick of villages though. I think this is mangrove. Yes, I see a propagule. Thank you. Finally. Oh, got all the wood types. Took us a while, but we got there. I can't even like see the, oh, apparently I hit it. There we go. We should get a few. Got 3 so far. We'll grab some of the wood since we're here. There's another one. 6 should actually be plenty because once we get it back, you can bone meal them and just basically ensure that you don't run out. So I think that should do the trick. I also am kind of liking that this chest boat is kind of useless because I keep doing this and picking it up, and I'm pretty sure that would knock everything out. So we're not getting much use out of that, but at least we can use these bundles. Okay, that should do the trick. Let's bed back and be brave and just really hope we can get a totem. What do you mean? Of course I'm brave. Ooh, I almost missed the gold block over here. Can't do that. Is this another one? Or is this the one we were at already? Yeah, this is the one we were at. We almost missed that. Alright, run across the treetops. Make our way back. I meant to jump. Whoops. Over here. Let's see if we can find the entrance. I didn't see anything last time. Oh, here we go. This is it. Take heart, citizen, for we go into the belly of the beast. Oh, look. He's wearing a helmet. Isn't that cute? Hey, went right through him. Not cool. Get out of here. Alright, got a guy way down there, and I totally no, I don't miss. I never miss. But it'd be great if we... Oh, see that shot? I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing, running down a hallway at somebody armed with a bow. Well, nobody ever accused these guys of being smart. Hey, friend. They keep going right through him. I am definitely not missing. Ooh, empty chest. Helpful. Okay. I definitely hear a lot of them, but guessing that's coming from upstairs? Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Oh, little, creeper with pillager friends. I'm sure I'm missing some hidden things in here, but that's just, it's gonna happen. Never fear. Don't like that there's a chest at the end here, and there's all these places where things could be hiding. Ooh, resin clump, that's new. And a Vex armor trim, nice. Diamond hoe, we were just talking about that. I think I have some of those actually, we don't need that. Okay, we found one of those, very nice, an armor trim. Try to keep all of this clean. I also think this is not gonna be anything, right? Isn't that just kind of a trick? There's not typically anything in these. Yeah. Alright, guess we gotta head upstairs. Nothing scary up here, I'm sure. I just said nothing scary. Definitely no Viking-looking guys. Ooh, and a creeper following me for some reason. Where did you come from? Get out of here. Okay, what else we got? This is typically where the, what is it, evokers? Where they usually are? Oh, there's a 3rd floor. We'll come back to that. This is where we saw the guys from the window, right? Must have moved on. Yep, nothing. Okay, we'll try the next floor. Couldn't possibly be worse, right? Oh, it's just a bedroom. So, where's the evokers? I think we missed a big area on the 2nd floor. Oh, look at that. Cute. Yeah, we didn't go this way. Oh, no, I was hoping to get to you before that. Okay, we need to take him out. Stop, 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 stop. No, 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 no. Come here, come here. Stop, stop summoning. Stop summoning. Yes, I think we got one. We need to heal. This isn't good. This isn't good. Okay, now we need to get rid of those and that creeper. Yeah, slowly, slowly follow. Slowly follow. Yep, get you. And get you. There's something behind me. Nope, 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 nope. This is still not very good. I don't like how much damage I'm taking. Imagine having to do this without enchanted diamond armor. Alright, you, come here. Haha. Couple more, yep. Nope, 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 nope. Get him, got him. Okay, we did pick one up. We've got a totem. 1 totem. Be nice if there was more than 1. Breather to clear this out again. I don't really have a lot to put in. Okay, last little area. I think it's looking good so far. Big ol' kitty cat. That's fun. What's behind door number 1? Number 2? Nothing. Interesting. Oh, little area up here. A chest. Another armor trim. Very nice. Golden apple. Don't mind if I do. Whew, alright, we are at least collecting a lot. And we technically got what we came for. It is dark outside, that's, you know, not great. But I think I should be able to sleep in here. Alright, I think we've explored everything at this point, which means I'm happy to leave. We got what we needed. There was only one evoker, which is kind of a bummer. But, I mean, that's what I was looking for. Can't complain. Now, can I escape safely? Oh, they were trying to ambush me on my way out. Not cool. Also, not successful. Gotcha. You see that? They were hiding under the stairs waiting for me. Just like them. Alright, I am happy. We got, actually, I wasn't even thinking about mangrove, but we got that. We got our totem. I am ready to go home. And we could try to take a slightly different way home so we reveal more of the map, which I think is this way. Because this is heading west, and then if we head a bit west and then back north, that should be a new way home. Although I guess we still have to take that big body of water anyway. Maybe we'll just row the boat in a slightly different direction. Either way, calling it a success. Assuming we can get an uneventful trip back, I'm pretty happy. I'd say that went well. Do I dare stop at a shipwreck? I guess I've got a little bit of room. And this one is buried under sand, so that'll make it interesting. At least we can get at this. Depth strider, mending, nope. Try to see if we can get through here. So it's like stone too under here. There's the other one, underneath andesite. Buried treasure map. Is it a real one? It is. Do we want buried treasure? I think I do. Except, I think that's back in the way we just came from. I don't really want to backtrack. Yeah, we'll save we'll save it. Might find it once we have an elytra. I think once we get up here, if we try to head directly northwest, which is that direction, we should eventually lead us home, but potentially bypassing all of the snow areas. Ooh, I see a gold block down there. Don't mind if I do. And, sure, why not? What is that right there? Is that a part of a village? Doesn't look familiar. Is this looks like those ocean ruins or whatever. Yeah, it is, but like above ground. How strange. Yeah, that's suspicious sand right there, isn't it? Very weird. I don't think I've ever seen this above ground, but yeah, it totally is because it's got a treasure map here too. Huh, that's interesting. That's another one to the south. Nope, no thank you. We'll hang on to it for later. I was running low on gold, so this is kind of nice that we keep running into these. I think this is the third, maybe, or the fourth gold block we'll be able to pick up. I won't complain. And sweeping edge, knockback, curse of vanishing, mending. I don't think I need any of those. And I also think it's time to go on foot. So let's see if we can run our way home. And once again, it's all the way around that snow biome, so it'll take me a while. And I'll let you know when we're getting close. I'm starting to see signs of home over there. There's the new creeper farm. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just saw the iron farm as well. So we're getting there. Ah, home sweet home. It actually took quite some time to do that full trip, but once again, I think it was worth it. Oh, I didn't realize that. You can see some of the librarians out the back of the library. That's kind of neat. Oh, and don't let me forget, we need to build this bridge still, leading out the back of the library. You're gonna let me forget, aren't you? I knew it. I knew it. Alright, I am gonna head to storage and clear out the old inventory, and then we can decide on next steps. Oh boy, okay. I have not recorded in over a week. So that last cut you just saw where we were going to go clean out storage, I had to actually look back to see what we were doing because I had no idea, couldn't remember. Yeah, that was over a week ago, so I need to remember what we were even working on. I saw this, so I remembered we got that. Totem of Undying, awesome. We also got mangrove, maybe I should work on that a bit. We're definitely gonna, I think it's on here somewhere. I thought I had Ender Dragon on here somewhere, maybe not, but anyway, that's definitely, you know, end-ish of the video. We're going to be taking on the Ender Dragon, and we're ready now, because we got that. I think we got what we need as far as Eye of Enders go. And maybe what we should do, I might clear out this area, take down all of these trees, and start planting some mangrove, just so we can start collecting a bit of that. And then because we have time before I think we have to find the stronghold and go do the Ender Dragon fight, I might have an idea about something to build right here. But I'm not, you know, entirely decided yet. So let's take inventory, see what kind of wood types we need for any future builds. Then I'm just going to do some tree harvesting for now. Looks like we could use some birch. Wouldn't hurt to have more acacia. Got a decent amount of dark oak and pale oak, but we definitely want the mangrove. And do we have bone meal? Oh yeah, we got bone meal. Because we need to make sure we don't run out of these. That was a quite long way away in order to get the mangrove. Oh, I forgot. Cherry. Do we have cherry wood? Oh yeah, but not a lot. Let's do that too. So first, let's clear everything out over here that I pretty much just added as filler for this area, because I thought the island looked weird with this big empty spot. And there's a lot more here than I thought. It's pervasive. Come on, come on. Take it all out. Where's the end of these trees? Jeez. Is that it? One more? Where are you? There you are. Ooh boy. Wow. That took a minute. Is that everything? Did I get it all? About 3.5 stacks? Not too bad. Now let's get down some of the stuff that we need. I'm going to try to space the mangrove a little bit because we know that's going to be, you know, it's not the most fun log to collect. It's going to be a bit of a nuisance. Birch, I think, is like oak, where you can just plant it like... Actually, I don't want to do it that close to this, but I think you can plant these pretty close together. So if we are going to build something here, it's going to have to wait until after all this grows and I can harvest it. That's not necessarily an issue. Okay. Kind of hard to tell, but there's a lot of saplings planted around here, so we'll wait for some of those to grow. And in the meantime, let's think about it. Do we want to put something here? Because what I was thinking was, we have the library now. That's looking great over here. But as we want to build more things and have access to additional building blocks, that's one of the things I was thinking about, was planting all these to make sure we have what we need. So wood types, essentially. But it also wouldn't be bad to have access to different kinds of blocks, like terracotta, quartz, different kinds of stone. So because of that, I was wondering if we should maybe put together a small little, like, mason trading hall type area. Just be a little house for maybe, I don't know, 8 masons or something like that, just so we can continually go through and trade for any of those kinds of different blocks that we might need for builds. It's something I remember coming in handy in the last hardcore world that we did. And I don't need any more oak saplings, so let's just throw them in here, keep the bone meal coming. And then I will collect the spruce, just so we can keep up with that. I'm going to wait around for some of these saplings, because what I'll be doing on the side is checking in on design ideas, how I might want to build this. You know, maybe it's like a little quarry area, or I'm not really sure what makes sense for masons. Am I thinking about that right? Whatever villager you get from the stonecutter, I'm pretty sure it's a mason. I haven't used them in a while. But anyway, that's my plan. There's our first mangrove, and we should probably, before I forget, actually go through and make sure we get a few of these things, which I hate saying because I'm never sure if I'm saying it right. Propagule. But I do like that about these kinds of trees, that you can go and just, I'm actually pretty sure you don't even need a little one started there. Yeah, if you just bone meal a leaf, you got it. And you can ensure that you never run out. Also, remind me, if I break down the whole tree... Yeah, that's right. I was wondering if it also, every time, drops you these roots, which are probably pretty good for composting, but also I might be able to use those in a build, so I'll collect a few. I do love how easy it is to heal things up. I'm just taking a little break over here to do some trades, and I think, yeah, that's everything now, completely healed. I love that. Oh, weird. There were a couple of these just were staying up there in the air. I don't know why. One of them just burst. So maybe that one will too. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I like having this little campsite over here where we're growing the trees too, because as it goes to night, I can just put my bed down here and it looks appropriate, like I'm actually staying here. Lovely little place to settle down. Good night, citizen. And I have been thinking about what I might want to build here, and I like the idea of almost a little bit similar to what we were thinking when we built the library, where it had an open area and then this sort of U-shaped type thing. It'll be smaller, what I'm planning on building now, but that sort of element I wouldn't mind. So for example, over here, I don't know where we would want the front of it to be, but if we're saying that's campsite area, then it would have to be here. We might just want to open it up to this part of the pathway. It comes out here. And then maybe instead of a U shape, it might be an L shape. So one part of the building would go this way, the other part would go this way. And then sort of a courtyard area right there might look nice. And it should be plenty of space for masons. We'll have to think of something to do back here too. Maybe more gardens or something, I'm not quite sure, but it won't have to take up all that space. So let's wrap up with the trees. I'm not going to replant anything. Just going to chop down everything as it grows, and then once it's cleared out, I'll start marking out a new house for some masons. I'm here back where we were collecting stone earlier because I took a look around and I thought I had leftover, but I guess not. When we made the creeper farm, I used absolutely all of the stone that I had. So we're back here collecting a bit more. I'm going to need it to make a lot of stone cutters, and I also want to use stone for the build that we're going to be working on, along with mangrove, because I thought we've got access to it now. I should start using it. So once we get a few stacks of stone, we'll head back up and start laying out at least a foundation, just so I can make sure we're all happy with the shape that I'm looking for this. So we are going to want probably, I think, what did I say, 8? That sounds like a good amount to me. We'll get 8 stone cutters. Trying to keep up with the honey production as well. And yeah, beautiful, another rainy day we came back up to. Because I realized when we were doing the honey in the library, it turned out not necessary. We covered the villagers to such an extent. Oh great, there's not a lot in here. But yeah, there was no point in having them on honey, but I still like the idea of doing that anyway. Just in case we build it a certain way, we can rely on the fact that our villagers won't be able to escape. Alright, so if we're thinking we'll be coming in off of this path, and that's going to be how we get into this new building. Well, let's put down the foundations first, then it'll kind of tell me where I want to build out of this pathway. What do we think about that? Is that going to be enough space? I don't know if that's exactly what I'm looking for. Because that's all even, like, you know, this wall and this wall are even, then that and this are supposed to be even, but something looks off to me. Maybe a little bit longer on one side like this, that way we could have an entryway lead up to that, and then it wraps around, or it might just, honestly, the whole front might be open. Gives us space to put something here, like we mentioned, a courtyard or something. That might work a little bit better. We could always expand it. I could just probably build something based on this shape, and then if we want to build it bigger, it's not like we'd have to stop if we didn't want to. Yeah, let's try it. Might be a good opportunity to throw in a little time lapse here. I can get the basic shape taken care of, maybe do some detailing. Then we'll decide if it is the shape that I want. The Second Punic War ended at the Battle of Zama in North Africa. Scipio Africanus faced off against Hannibal in one of the most impactful battles of the ancient world. Scipio used Hannibal's own tactics against him, neutralizing the Carthaginian elephants and crushing their cavalry. Rome's victory was total. Carthage was stripped of its empire, and Rome became the undisputed power of the Western Mediterranean. That's not looking too bad. Pretty happy with that, and we are ready to move in villagers. I'll go interior there and show you a little bit more of that. I'm doing free cam right now because I'm actually standing over here, getting ready to move villagers, and once again, this villager breeder just works so crazy good. Look at all of them. So we're never going to run out of villagers, that seems clear. But we do have to redirect this so that it leads over toward the new Mason house. So we'll just bring it in over here. I did try to do a little safety measure here. You'll notice I've got the moss carpets lining this area, and that's because I'm pretty sure I can fit through that. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think zombies can. We'd, you know, still be in trouble if it was a baby zombie or a creeper or a spider, that sort of thing, but just a little extra safety measure where if we have these here, it should mean that at least full-grown zombies shouldn't be able to get in, I hope. So on the interior, we have all of these spots for the villagers. I had to get rid of one spot and replace it with this lamp over here because I realized that the way I set these up, I wouldn't have been able to reach the villager in here if I built it the same way as all of this. So, you know, we're down to 7 instead of 8, not a huge deal. But what we should be able to do is put the stone cutter back there. I need to go grab more trapdoors, but it should be just like we did before at the library, where we shoot the villager into here. They won't be able to get back there or over these. Then I just put a trapdoor on this part and we'll be good to go. Get a few more of those. And then we should be ready to start moving them in. We just get one there, remove that, put the trapdoor. Yeah, right? Alright, let's see if a villager can make it all the way down. I might have to give a push or two. Although I do have a couple extra of these. We may as well just maybe pop one down right about here. That might help. Alright, I believe, yeah, got plenty of minecarts. We press the button, grab a villager out of there. He gets sent. Oh, wow. Look at that eyebrow, man. Nice. And he's definitely going to beat us there, but it should all work the way we want. And get him set up exactly where we need him. Yep, good. I think if we take that, put our trapdoor there and there. That's the one we want. Get rid of these. Cover the honey. Break your minecart. And you should be stuck. But also, why aren't you taking the job? I got that job block just for you. Alright, we'll give you a minute. There we go. And I couldn't remember what the other trade was, but that's good because I don't have any clay to sell them and I was worried about that, but we can just buy bricks and that'll let us level them up. Perfect. Let's get 6 more moved in. Got a regular eyebrow one this time. I know my plebs by their eyebrows. Got a mustache man. There's the second to last, which means this is the last one we need. And then we can start trading with them. Quickly, before nightfall. Get moving, beard man. Perfect. We have our last one in. Hopefully they're all safe in here. Need to get you a job block, and there we go. Sleepy time. So we just need that guy to take his job, and then I think in the meantime, what we can do is clear up all of these. Make sure I get my moss carpet back there. There we go. And then on the way back, we'll grab a bunch of emeralds and see about getting all of them leveled up, because I want to see... I think I remember that they get, like, you can get granite from them, I think, and terracotta. The last blocks are quartz, which is great, because I'd love to be able to start using quartz. But I want to take a look and see what we can do with that. Put all this stuff back in here for now. And I'm pretty sure I've still got a lot of emeralds over here. I don't think we used... Well, oh yeah, we got plenty. Yeah, that's great. And we'll need plenty, because we have 7 plebs that need to be entirely leveled up. And I guess we may as well use the opportunity to heal our tools again. But I am going to start buying as many bricks as it takes to level each one of these guys up. And that's a new block too. So, one at a time. Is that, by the way, is there any other trades, or is that it? No, I think that's it. I think that's the only thing they can do. Fortunately, these are pretty cheap, but I'm very quickly running out of room, so get a little chest somewhere. Is there space over here? Yeah, let's put this here. Start filling it with everything we buy, and I believe we're on you. Yep, last one, but that is only 1 level for each. We are going to have to do lots more. And that's how many bricks it took. Next up, you buy stone for emeralds, which I don't want to do, but I will buy chiseled stone bricks. Is that going to be the same? I can't remember, like, at each level which it is, but at least the first 2, they're selling exactly the same thing. Same thing here. That might be just standard. Yeah, they've all had the same thing. What do we have next? Buying granite and buying polished granite. Or they buy granite from me, or I can buy polished granite from them. This is actually going a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Getting them all leveled up. Oh, and you sell polished andesite. Okay, that could come in handy. I don't use andesite enough. Ooh, diorite? This is great. We're getting a little bit of everything. Ooh, you sell dripstone blocks. Yeah, everybody's selling something a little bit different. This is awesome. Oh, you don't sell anything. You just want to buy stuff from me? I don't want that. And that means you're going to take forever to... Oh, never mind. I thought that would take longer. Better have a better trade on the... Okay, at least he moves to terracotta after that. Back to dripstone and more dripstone. So, pretty good mix there. I'm also leveling up from all of this. Got some blue glazed, some gray, which is not gray, so I don't know why it's called that. That's clearly not gray. But, you know, who am I to judge? Maybe it is, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. Pink and lime, awesome. Yellow and black. This is pretty good because we're getting a mix of them, which is exactly what I wanted. Orange and black, new types, good. White and red, that might be... Have we seen those yet? Maybe not. White and pink. I am running out of room. But that's our last guy right there. Okay. Didn't take as many emeralds as I thought it was going to take either. I won't complain about that. But I believe, now that we've done that, they are all master level masons, which means they all should sell blocks of quartz and quartz pillars, which is one of the big things that I was looking for. I'll probably start building with that a lot more often because it just makes sense to me. It looks a little bit more like marble, like you would expect things to look, like a Roman type build. So that's why I think those will come in handy. In fact, I might go through real quick and let's just buy a bit of each. Start stocking up. Because you can't buy like a ton of it. I think you can only get like 12 at a time, which isn't the best. But taking one run through all of them gets us a stack and 20 of each. It's not terrible. So I think what I'll do now is run back and forth a few times and get all of this shifted into the inventory. Also, I think... Yeah, we can consolidate this into bricks. So I'll run them back and forth a few times. I'm probably going to have to establish a new chest here, and that can just be for the mason specific things. Get our new item frame. I'm just going to put it right here, and I'll just pop a brick on there. That could be anything we get from the masons. I'm just going to throw in here. There we go. So there's a spread of what we now have access to, and there's not as much of this, like the just kind of regular type terracotta. I was hoping we'd get more of that. We did get a few of the glazed ones though, so we could always try to use those as flooring or decoration. Got tons of the chiseled stuff now. In fact, oh wait, that's why. I thought I had more of that. I put that one over here. Anyway, that didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to, so now I have to think about what else we can work on because we've still got about 30 days left until the end of this 100 days, and because of that, I don't know, I'm not sure, I maybe only need like 10 days to take on the Ender Dragon. I might just do it early. I don't know. Not sure yet. I'll think about it. We'll get it figured out. I've thought about it. I've got it figured out. So here's what I decided. I was thinking about the Ender Dragon fight, last 10 days, that sort of thing, but then I started thinking, for one, we have to do a bit of prep work before we go and find the stronghold. Number two, I don't know how long it's going to take me to find the stronghold. And number three, this is the big one. I was thinking of putting off getting an elytra, but I don't know if I want to run all the way back to the stronghold after we find it once in another video and then go back out and find it there. We're going to be there anyway. There's the rain. Hello, rain. But we're going to be there anyway. We may as well just go out and find an elytra, which means we need a little bit extra time for that too. So that means we immediately begin prep for finding the stronghold. And I gotta swim down my fountain real quick. There we go. The obvious one that we'll need is the ender pearls, blaze rods, and then, I think if we got like 16, that would be enough, right? 16 Eye of Ender? Because they can break along the way, but, if we broke 4 and there was none there, we'd still have enough. I guess we could bring everything with us. I'll make 16 of these. And then also, come to think of it, should I make an ender chest? Do I have obsidian? I got 2. Let's go grab some more obsidian. I can make an ender chest. That way we could store a lot of extra stuff and not have to clog up the inventory. Because we're thinking that sort of stuff we might want to bring with. If we are going to look for an elytra, I want lots of building blocks to bridge over the gaps in the end, that is, so we can bring a ton of the logs for that. We can grab extra food over by the plebs. And then before I forget, we should also probably... What did I do with this stuff? The reason we got all this gunpowder. And the sugarcane, of course. We can get ourselves a bunch of paper. Start putting these together to make firework rockets. And actually, 3 stacks would probably be plenty if we did find an elytra. But hey, go big or go home. Let's make an extra 3. Got 6 total. That should be good. And then actually, come to think of it, I don't see a reason to wait to get back for enchanting it. If we're going to bring all this stuff anyway, why not just bring an anvil? Grab some extra emeralds and we can go get a couple enchanted books as well. Oh, and if you remember, I was trying to think if there was a downside to putting Silk Touch on the axe and the shovel, and I did think of 1 or 2. And that's, for example, if we were trying to dig up gravel to get flint, we wouldn't be able to now. And the other example that we're going to run into here is if we need books, and I say, oh, well, I'll just buy a bookshelf, and then place it down and break it so we can get books. That's not going to be a possibility now. I guess I could do it this way, slowly. Will it give me? Yeah, that'll give me books. Okay. Not a huge deal, but for an elytra, we want to make sure we get mending on it so it doesn't break, but we will also want Unbreaking 3. I kind of wish there were elytra-specific enchantments, and as far as I'm aware, there's not. Just the general stuff that you would typically use. Oh wait, I actually want to keep going this way. There is, not obsidian, lava over this way, so we can go grab some obsidian. There's also an enderman in my farm. Are you screwing anything up in here? Taking blocks out where you're not supposed to be? Seems okay. Don't get yourself into trouble, enderman. We also need to build that bridge out the back of this, but I don't know if that's a this video thing or a next video thing. Oh! That's a thunderstorm. Wonderful. Okay, we need to sleep. Need to sleep. Need to sleep. Quickly, quickly. Zombie coming. Zombie coming. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. You're too late, my friends. Yeah, you're about to get nice and crispy. Bring your pretty face to my axe. Goodbye. There's more of them, too. And creepers? My goodness. Anywho, here's the lava. So maybe if we just put some water right over here and start digging away. We only need 8, I think, but, we're here. May as well grab a little bit extra. Alright, that should do for now. Combine these books while I'm thinking about it. 3 or 2, that'll do. And we've got that in there. This, I think, should be the majority of what we need. I'm just gonna use 1 of these for now. Make ourselves an ender chest. There we go. And then, assuming we always stick with... We want Juno's Silk because we want Silk Touch. We can put that down here, move everything we've got into that. This should be everything I would need to take to the end. I can't think of anything offhand that I'd need aside from that. Because we've got infinity on the bow, don't need extra arrows. Got our totem for the end fight. Water bucket, I guess an extra water bucket. I can't remember, I feel like at some point I was using a water bucket during the end dragon fight and it, the water somehow disappeared, and I really need that to get up and break the end crystals and all that sort of thing, so yeah, wasn't fun. So just in case, we'll have that, but yeah, I think that should do the trick. So, Silk Touch, pick it back up. Now, anywhere we put that back down, it'll have all of the stuff that we need in it. Plus, I'm sure we'll find extra of those in end cities. But I think we're ready, and I just realized we actually need to keep these out. But now we're ready. We've got our mega enchanted diamond armor, we've got the shield, we've got everything we need in the ender chest, we've got a totem, we've got the bow, which is going to do the majority of the work for us during the boss fight. Yeah, I think we're ready. Now, what direction are we going to be heading? Hey, look at that. Right the way of the river. Please don't break first one. Good. That's a good omen when it doesn't break. Okay, we've got our heading. And that's actually really nice. We can use the boat. At some point, I'd like to use the Nautilus more. We got to get Nautilus armor and a spear. Yeah, we'll get there. All right, off we go. To victory for Rome. Why don't we go to where our creeper farm platform is and we can toss another from there, see where to go. Another Nautilus. Nice. All right, take another toss here. How we looking? Straight that way, which that's a bit of a change. It might be kind of close. That would be nice, not having to go like thousands of blocks. We'll try again from that island. All right, what do we got? We were just heading in this direction, so if we throw it again, a little bit of a turn. Actually, towards the next island. This is nice. And none have broken yet. That's awesome. It just keeps sending us to the next island each time. And that one looks like Mushroom Fields or whatever it's called. I'm trying to avoid an ocean monument. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the little guardians down there. And we don't need any of that. Head up here next to all my cows. Hello. Or mushroom, I guess I should say. Yeah, I know you're all very interested in this process. Let's throw it while we're up here. It took a... That's another turn. We've got to be close. Trying to triangulate in on it. So if we went further along to the very edge of the island, is it in the ocean or is it on the island? Ooh, it's heading down. Look at that. Straight down. It just went straight down right here. Okay, so if it went right there, build that up, build a little spot right here. Then let's go grab the boat and come back over this way. And I'll see if we can dig in from the island so we don't have to go through all that water. I also just realized because we're sleeping out here and I keep breaking the bed, after we jump back through the end portal, that means we're probably going to go back to spawn, which is actually better because spawn is closer to the base than here. Okay, so if it's there, that is the south. So it's to the south of the island. If we start digging up here to avoid water, go straight down. Once we get to a certain depth, we just have to head south a little bit. And that should do the... I don't know what I'm trying to say. It should do what we want. It should get us there, I hope. So let's just start digging our way down in a little spiral type configuration. And we didn't avoid the water entirely. Wonderful. But yeah, this was inevitable. Okay. Okay, I think that's all the water. We can continue our dig now. I don't know if there's a standard depth where the stronghold usually spawns in, but I'm pretty sure I've gotten to almost bedrock before and found it there, so maybe it just varies. Okay, we've got a little cave down here. Lots of iron. Wow. Not that it matters to us anymore, but no stronghold. Lots of bats. Lots of bats, no stronghold. See what I see right here? Yeah, that is exactly what we're looking for. And we're right above a door, apparently. See if we can build our way down there. Everybody happy. Now, are we close to a portal room or no? I see a chest. That's something. Oh wow, wonderful. That's all incredibly useful. Thank you. I hate these iron doors. Just break them all. Nothing there, nothing there. Whole lot of nothing. Thought I just heard lava over here. And that could be an indicator that we're close. Okay, so there is an upstairs leading through there. Don't really want to do that yet. Oh, hey buddies, you locked in? Well, that's where you deserve to be. I don't know what they did, but I'm sure they earned it. Well, we found the library. Guess we'll grab a bit of string while we're here. And check the chests. Ooh, eye armor trim. I'll take that. Was that the only chest? Oh no, here's one. Another eye armor trim. Okay, I shall take it. So we got some good stuff there. See you guys in, 30 to life or whatever you're in for. Okay, so there's a downstairs as well. Wonderful, and it's all broken apart. Another chest. More eye armor trim. Wow, we're getting a lot of that. And another library? I thought there was only ever one per stronghold. I stand corrected. Are we gonna get more eye armor trim? We are. Look at that. And fire protection 3. No thanks. I will take you though for more eye armor trim. We've got 5 of these now. Oh, whatever. Perhaps it will come in handy. And it goes down again. This is a big sprawling one, and I am getting very, very lost. Oh boy, it goes down more levels. I'm gonna start running around like a crazy person until I just run into the portal room. Oh, I've seen like 3 or 4 areas go downward now, so that seems to be the way to go. Why couldn't it have been one of those ones where I just accidentally dig directly into the portal room, which I have had happen. But no, I gotta run around like crazy trying to figure out where I am. Not knowing and being scared and alone. Just want access to the end and elytra. What? I just heard the noise like a guardian was targeting me. How is that possible all the way down here? Unless we're not as far underground as I thought we were. I feel like I've got to be running out of space in here to explore. But then again, I don't know how large these can tend to be. Ooh, look at, see that? I think that's it, right over there. We've done it. And there's like a whole new section over here. Man. Alright, no. Ah, come on now. Nope. I hate these things. Get out of... Okay. Eating all the lava blocks and stuff. Speaking of, that makes me nervous. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, what do we got? 2 in there, so good thing we brought a lot. Not that we needed all of them. So, what we should do is real quick, clean out the inventory, put all this stuff in. We need, what, 10 of these, I think? I'm gonna swap the shield for the totem, so it gives us that 1 extra chance at life. Then we fill in the ones that are missing here. Bling bling, doom doom, bong bong, ding, boom. Do we need anything else out of here? I guess the extra water bucket, just in case. Make some more torches, even though I shouldn't need them. That should do it. Alright, let's bring this with, and prepare to fight the Ender Dragon. I've done it 100 times, but it still makes me nervous every single time. Alright, whew, let's do this. And I'm underground. Somebody get me out of here. This is, I guess, better than just being over the void, which I usually am. And there she is. Alright, we begin. And, you know, I never miss, so... Oh, I always forget every single time to bring bottles, glass bottles for, whatchamacallit, getting the dragon's breath in a bottle or whatever. I don't even know what you use that for, but I never, ever remember to do it. Ooh, I'm one-shotting all of these. Oh, I knew the second I said that I would stop. There's one. Nope, don't shoot that right at me. I'm trying to get rid of your end crystals, dude. Come on, come on. Ooh. Man, I'm liking the accuracy on these. That's the trick. If you want to miss, you just say how accurate you are, and then you will 100% miss the next time. Oh, it's upset with the Ender Dragon. As long as it's not with me, I don't care. But we're gonna have to head up to get these ones that are in the iron bars. Just don't, come on, don't mess with me. Just want to do that real quick, and everybody's happy. Then while I'm up here, if I could get up to do that. Yes. One more. Last one. Pretty sure that's the last one. And she is flying right overhead. Boom. That's it. Done. Still got Enderman chasing her around for some reason. Yep, leave me alone. I didn't do anything to you. Alright, let's check. Did we get them all? Or can you still heal? Man, look at the damage this bow does. Once you got power 5 on it, it is impressive. Most impressive. Well, you coming down? Well, I don't mess with trying to take swipes at you, because you're just gonna, like, shoot me off in some random direction. And I'm not interested in that, so we're just gonna stand back and wait. And keep firing the bow, hoping that we get it right if you take off. Come on now. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Ooh, it is really upsetting all these Endermen. Nope. No. If you could come a little bit lower, I can't quite hit you from there. And stop shooting those at me. Here's where we could do some damage. Yep, stay in one spot. Come on. Come on. Keep it up. Keep it up. And that's all we're gonna get. We are nearly there. Nope, don't fly for me. Yep, that was a mistake. Oh, you shouldn't have tried that. Came right at me. Arrow to the face. Big mistake. And, you know, just don't mess with Rome and all that, obviously. Alright, heal up our stuff. Get tons of levels. Yeah, look at all that. I'm a happy boy. Alright, let's cover up the end portal, because I'm pretty sure more than once I've had the egg drop into that and we've lost it. Is that everything covered up? I think a couple more there. Yes. Alright, now please don't, like, go right here. That would just be really mean. Oh, good. Okay. Get underneath there, drop a torch, drop the egg on top of that, and the next generation. We've done it! Didn't even get close to needing the totem, which I love to see. Which means the only thing left is heading... Oh, I didn't think about that. I was so concentrated on the fight that I didn't think about distant horizons in the end. You can actually see all of the end islands out there. Oh, and the end cities. That's going to be huge. Oh, I love that. I did not even think about that as a possibility. That's going to make finding an end ship so much easier. Look, I can see one right there. Yeah, I love that. So let's build our way up. If you could please step out of my way. I'm not going to look at you. I'm not looking. Not looking. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. And I think we're level with it now. There we go. Get ourselves a trapdoor or two to make this a bit easier. Put that right there. Couple extra. Then if we do this, we are off to find our elytra. So there's where we just came from. We are all the way over here. You can see end cities, but I want one that definitely has a ship. And I can't really tell from this height. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher. Oh, also, while we're here, we should collect a few of these, which I think you can just do by shooting it with an arrow. Get a few of those. We've got the chorus fruit, chorus flower, so we can grow them at home, which is what I'm looking for. Because another thing that I rarely use, but I want to start using more, and I'm pretty sure it requires these, and I'll check that in a second. Once I finish this, I'll go into JEI and confirm that I'm right, and not completely saying the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure uses for chorus fruit, you can get popped chorus fruit, and then that you can use with blaze rods to get end rods. Yeah, so we might have to make a blaze farm, but that would be a really nice thing to start using. Is that a ship over there? I don't think so. That is a ship, though. That's 100% a ship. It looks like it's pretty far away, but I like the certainty of knowing that we'll at least get an elytra when we get there. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of bridging. Alright, let's make 1,000 bridges in the end, and get ourselves an elytra. I wasn't really thinking about it, but obviously while we're here we should grab some shulker shells. That would be useful as well, as we're doing builds further away from the storage room, having the ability to bring some shulkers with us. I would love that. We're definitely making progress. It's not yet rendered in, aside from Distant Horizons render, but I mean, it's bigger now, that's for sure. And it only took us, like, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 blocks of running and bridging nonstop. All the fun stuff. Okay, good. It rendered in. I was worried I was gonna, like, get close and then it just would disappear from the render. Go fooled you. You thought something was here. Silly Roman. No elytra for you. Now, do we go through the whole structure, or do we just bridge right up to it? May as well have a bit of adventure. Let's go through. Collecting shulkers along the way, of course. And in fact, maybe better time to use the shield. Not too worried about the shulkers, but I am worried about their little popcorn spits. Nobody likes those. Where are they? Ooh. Hello. Goodbye. No, I meant goodbye as in give me your drops. Don't teleport away. Open up. Thank you. Aw, you only give me one. Oh boy. Let's just get this over with. It's gonna be fun. I don't want to do the parkour type stuff. Not that that's really what this is, but it's annoying anyway. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Hello. So far, so good. Oh, see, I had to say it. Ow. Come on. Open up. Open up. Thank you. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Nope. Get him, get him. Oh, I had my shield up. Not cool. I haven't seen any treasure chests yet, which is not... I mean, they're pretty common in here. And that's the top, and there's nothing here. Where am I? I went way too high. Okay, I didn't know I was doing that. Let's head back down and go to that bridge across. And we're going to want to get rid of you, because that's going to make things not fun as we head over. Keep it open. There we go. Ha ha ha. Got him. Hopefully no other ones around here that can hit me while we're doing this, but I guess we're going to find out. I don't really want to say it yet, because we're not there just yet, but this was not too bad getting here. It could absolutely be worse. Oh, hello. Please tell me there's one in here. Yes. And the Guardian. You shall not best me. I have come for my prize and I intend to take it. Along with a saddle, some gold, an unbreaking 3 diamond pickaxe. I don't see any reason not to take it. And, ooh, a diamond spear with enchantments that I don't want. Awesome. Sharpness 3 sword, why not? Okay, before we grab the elytra, real quick. I don't really need half of this stuff. Well, wait a minute, I can make shulkers. Hold on. Think, Legion. Make a chest, get 2 shulkers, there that, shulker box, got that. Fill it with all of this stuff. Then we've got room. We can take more of this out. We can get our rockets that we're going to need, as well as the book and the anvil. We can take you and happily claim our prize. Sky's the limit. Lovely. And then I normally do something like Daedalus or Icarus for the Elytra, naming-wise. But it just so happens I've been on another streak of reading some different books, so I'm going to name this after something from the book. And this is a sci-fi, and because it can fly, I'm naming it after a spaceship. If anybody knows what this is from, this is the book that I'm currently reading, a spaceship called The Second Chance. So for our first Elytra, Mending, Unbreaking, The Second Chance, there we go. We can clean up a bit of our mess, take this stuff with us. And there we go. Everything's all consolidated. Now the fun part. Well, I guess first we should grab the dragon head since we're here. And in fact, to be safe, I'm just going to put this on right now. Swap over to the Elytra. Bridge out here to get ourselves our first dragon head. There we are. Thank you. And then if we look, I mean, there's another one over there. We could just run right to the top, see if they've got any goodies for us now that we've got the Elytra. Or I don't think I went to that side. We could also check that out. Alright, it's actually been a while-ish since I've used an Elytra, so let's just make sure. Hey, is there a shulker box up there? Or a shulker thing? Yeah, there is. Hey, thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while, so let's do some practice. We got the Elytra on. Woo, like that. Nice and easy. Yep. He still got it. No problem. Like it's the hardest thing in the world to do. Alright, let's just land right up here. See if there's any goodies for us. There are. Nope. No. There's lots of them in here. Oh, great. Get the shield, or the, whatchamacallit, chest plate back on. Head down here. Go ahead. Yeah, see? Not so brave now, are you? I am gonna have to get used to that again. Switching between the chest plate and the Elytra whenever we need to. But I'm sure I'll get used to it quickly enough. Curse of Vanishing. No, thank you. Another diamond spear with also not great stuff on it, but I'll take it anyway. Another ender chest, why not? Alright, let's put this back on and get out of here. Off we go! Oh man, this is just going to be so much better. Where did I see... I thought I saw one that had a nearby... oh yeah, right there. Let's go over to that one real quick. In fact, it wouldn't be terrible to just get 2 Elytras while we're out here, because, like, why wouldn't we? Just in case. But first, a bit more looting. Right in here. Right to the good stuff. Oh, why can't you leave me be to loot? Landed right on him. That was an accident, but it worked out really well. Not even taking any of the iron, but the gold, that would come in handy. Also, I guess now that you can craft saddles, that's not that important either, but, you know, I kinda have to. I have to take all this stuff. Okay, does anybody see another end ship? Should have a lot of time on the new Elytra, so maybe we just start flying and see if we pass anything. Ooh, here's one. This didn't even show up on the, like, further away look, the distant horizons thing. It just popped into render when we went by. That's always handy. Alright, let's see if we can come in. I think I hit it. Nope. No. Alright, you know what? We're going. I don't have to deal with that. Heading inside. You, we do have to deal with, because you have what I want. Thank you. Second Elytra, just like that. Man, all these diamond tools, just really, really good. But by the time you get here, I personally have already enchanted everything that I want. Alright, we've got 2 Elytras. Got this guy trying to mess with me. I think I'm ready to go home. That was a very successful trip. We got 2 Elytras, now we'll have 2 dragon heads. So thank you. And now it's just, do we have to go back to where I came from for that one portal back, or do we see any? I don't know if I'd be able to detect them from here. I could fly all the way back. Maybe just see if we notice one along the way. But either way, that was very successful. We now have our Elytra and the gift of flight. Let's head home. Ooh, actually look, there's one right here. That's much closer. Let's do that. Can I fly, like, right into there without taking too much damage? If I just go, like... Oh, I totally did it. You see that? I'm just that good. What does that Enderman have on his chest? You see that? Is that, like, a t-shirt logo? Or looks like an elephant or an anteater wearing glasses. That's weird. What do you have on your chest? Or is that, like, Enderman chest hair? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let's just head home. In we go to watch the entirety of the credits together of the game. We're not going to skip it. and I think it's like 2 hours long or a very long time. Alright, here we go. On to all of the oops, I clicked too many times. Oh well. We're home. We're at spawn, and I can tell that home is that way. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Isn't it this way? That's just the creeper farm. I think it's over this hill. Well, that's it. We beat the game. Nothing else to do, right? We just have to stop here and abandon all the work that we've done. No. Now we take a beat, we see what we were able to accomplish. I don't even know how much time I have left, but I'm sure enough for another build or two, so we'll look into that right after I've cleared out the storage, which now includes shulker boxes. That is going to be handy dandy, and also I can now leave an ender chest over here because we have 2. And also, out of curiosity, I forget, can you put... Yeah, you can put shulker boxes in ender chests, so you can kind of do nested storage that way, which is really awesome. But anyway, I'll do that clear out. I'm going to make a new chest for end specific items. Then we'll take a look at how much time we have left and what we can accomplish in that time. Just finished sorting the inventory and I see some challengers over here. They don't know that I literally just fought a dragon. What do you think you're going to do, buddy, huh? That's what I thought. Didn't even get a shot off. Try some sweeping edge here. We going to get some extra in that? Oh man, that's so much damage. This sword, nuts. You got nothing? Ooh, I almost feel sorry for him. That reminds me, we gotta make a raid farm, but I'm still thinking about next steps. I don't know what we're doing next. I just had to inform you there were trespassers. So it turns out we do have a bit of time left. In the last 10 days, we're very active. We got a lot done. There was a lot of action, thrills, all that sort of thing. And that means for the rest of the video, I kind of just want to do relaxing things. A couple things that are maybe low-hanging fruit, and just not too intense. The first thought that I had, and I'll actually open up our map for this, we have been exploring mainly by foot, but actually mainly by boat, which means most of the area that we explored it's just an awkward sort of exploration level we have just around this area here, and really not much more. Now that we have the elytra, I want to start going around the edges here and just revealing more of the map so we can see what else is around us. And it will be much, much easier now that we have the elytra. So I'll go, just make sure this is completely healed up, and then we can start revealing more of the map, just for future videos so we know what's nearby. If we do find anything interesting, of course we can stop, but it's mainly just for the exploration itself that I'm interested. And that didn't take long. I think we're already healed up entirely there, which means we should be good to go. Luckily, we still have emeralds too, because I think when we get back, I'll also be working with the masons to build up our store of quartz, because that might be something we could use to build. I'm not quite sure what yet, but something before we wrap up. Or not. These are all kind of just ideas for what to do with the last 20 days. So I think to begin, what we can do, these always bother me when there's things in between areas that we've explored that we haven't yet. So let's head over here, explore all of this, and then I'm going to go down to this bottom part and start clearing the map all the way surrounding our base, just so we know what's over here. And as we go, of course, I will let you know if we run into anything interesting. Thinking of future builds, a lot of this, like right here, this looks great. I think we could do something really cool here. A little frozen lake in the middle of the mountains. That would be awesome. Ooh, lush cave too. Already finding some good stuff, and it looks like it's pretty sprawling. Anywhere you see these azalea trees, it means there's a lush cave beneath it. Also, just a really cool mountainous area here, so again, for the future, if we want to make anything like a frozen, wintry mountain village or something, this would be perfect. And it's not too far from the base. So not too bad. We were able to clear all this area. Now we'll head down here, and I'm just going to follow this all the way around. Actually, this might be our first stop here. I'm noticing we've got a pale garden coming up here. Maybe we stop and get a creaking heart, because now we have silk touch. I don't really need it yet, but you can get that, what is it, the resin type stuff, new blocks, so we may as well grab one. Difficult to find them during the day because it's easier to use the creaking, that new mob, to lead you to it, but maybe we'll get lucky. I think they're usually covered up, so for example, if you just start breaking things, I'm wondering if it would expose one. Also, I don't know if this would break it outright or if it would leave it exposed so we can see it. We might be breaking them. That's a lot of trees and I haven't seen one. Oh, never mind. There we go. One right here. So again, we've got silk touch on the axe. I should be able to pick this up. There we go. Creaking heart. So now if we need to, we can actually get creaking, like a farm setup, so we can get, what is it, the resin? Yeah, resin bricks, resin clumps, these sort of things. Okay, neat. Not to mention lots of pale oak logs if we need them. Okay, so that was right here. Now we can continue moving up along this way. That is a lot of ice, a lot of snow. So again, if we need that, that's almost endless. Look at all that. Let's see if I can land and sleep really quick without too many mobs spawning around me. Looks safe enough. I think we've managed. No problem. We're heading in this direction, but I just noticed way off in the distance over there, it looks like we might have the biomes. I always get caught up on the biomes. Is it a mesa? Where it's like all the red sand and the terracotta and everything, so that might be something good to check out in the future. There's one stack of rockets gone. And is this a desert, or is that just like a weird beach type area? No, it is. This counts as a desert. It's not as big as the, I'd like if we're doing sand collecting or something. But there is a village, which means there should be a camel. Yeah, look at that. There's our first camel. Oh, no way, there's two. I thought there was only one per village. Hey, buddy. So, if we need, we've actually got a way to breed camels now, right? I'm not seeing things over here. There was one there and one... I swear there was one here. Oh, right here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, camels, desert village. Good. That's not super far. We're right over here now. We were just going all the way around here to reveal more. So now all we have to do is come back this way, and we will have made a full circuit. The Elytra's doing okay, but we are at about the halfway point, so we'll have to watch that. There's another cool looking area. Look at that. I always like when the terrain generation does this, whatever it is. It almost looks like it's glitchy, like it shouldn't be this, but I always think it looks neat. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, since the Elytra is a bit low, is just right here, we'll kind of do this piece and then clear up that, and we can head back home. I think this is the last little bit right here, and actually, rather than going home, we might stop by the creeper farm and use it as experience to heal the Elytra up. Not too shabby, though. We definitely have a lot more revealed than we did before and found a couple interesting things. I'm sure we'll do more of that in the future, but right now, yeah, it's really taking it out of the Elytra. This is another nice thing about having it. We don't have to do what we did before, which was start at the base, row our boat all the way out here, stop here, climb up all the scaffolding, and then get there to use the creeper farm. All we have to do now is fly right in. Nice and easy. Not too hard of a landing. Do one of the turnarounds, slow us down, and perfect. All right, we'll heal it up, head back to base. It's working pretty quickly. Nice. Getting some extra gunpowder too. Always love to see that. I think one more. There you are. Should do it. Yep, fully healed. Perfect. So we'll wrap this up. Hey, just keep coming. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Grab the gunpowder. Come on now. Trying to leave. Okay. Grab the gunpowder. We're good to go. Back home. I do love the approach now too, being able to come in on the Elytra and see everything from a bird's eye view. Somehow that always looks better. I love it. I'm having to make a new chest for the pale oak as well. We're just using too much space on that. Not necessarily a bad thing. We've done our exploring, and I think I have an idea for one more thing we can build before the end of the video. And before it gets dark and we lose the day, I'm going to do a little bit more trading with the masons, just so when we sleep and it's tomorrow, I can do even more trading, but we need to start collecting a lot of quartz. So I'll go through, get as much as we can, and then I'll get more tomorrow, and we can talk about what we're going to build. So we've got quite a bit, actually, out of that, as well as some of the black glazed terracotta. I thought that looked nice. And if we go into free cam real quick, what we did over here, obviously, we cleared out that forest so we could build the mason house, the trading house over here. We've still got this area right next to the barn and our farmer's market area. I was thinking we could clear this out and maybe put in a bathhouse. Very Roman, it's something that I like to build, so I thought we could do more of like an open air bathhouse in this space. And practically speaking, I thought that's where we could put our cleric villagers. I want to have some of them around so we have an easier source of glowstone. So now that we've got shulker boxes, I'm going to use that to hold some of this stuff here. And then we can go through and clear all of this out just like we did on the other side and see about how much space I think it's going to take to build this. There we go, all cleared out. I'll collect all this, then I'm also going to go back and start grabbing more honey, because we'll need honey blocks. And I don't know how many clerics we want, but I'd say at least 8. So a quick stop over here at the apiary. Hopefully everything's full. Looks like it is. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, buddy. Thank you. That will get us about 5, so we'll need to come back for more. We'll also need our job blocks, which, if I'm remembering correctly, is like that. Yeah, but I think, don't I already have some of these? I have 2, so 6 more. 5, 6, there we go, 8 of the brewing stands. Then I'd also like some leaves, and I'm realizing now I should have waited. Yeah. We'll have to plant a few more. I'm going to need more leaves than that. We'll just plant a few back here so we can actually start building over there, not take up the space with more trees. That should be plenty. Okay, so let's go grab a bit more quartz. I actually shouldn't need too much more. And then we can start laying this area out. Even if I don't end up using all of this, I want to collect as much as possible, because I think this will be one thing that we are going to use pretty abundantly going forward. And I am out of emeralds. Oh, by the way, can I borrow one of your guys' stone cutters really quick? Thank you. Why don't we get some slabs and also some stairs? And actually, let's do some bricks as well. And then last thing I can think of, at least for the time being, is we'll need some campfires. That'll help us give the look of steam coming off of the water for maybe a little bit more. Let's just get 10 total, then I don't think I'm going to use all that, but at least we'll have some left over. Okay, so I think this is another good opportunity for a time lapse. But just to reiterate, I am going to pick an area over here. We'll clear out what we need. I think I'm going to do something like a circular pool in the middle. And then, like I said, there will be steam rising out of that. And then the area surrounding it will have more of a Roman temple type of look. We'll have to get some kind of covering over the top of that to keep the villagers safe from lightning and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll figure out how we want to do that. But there should be plenty of space to do something like that. All right, off we go. By 146 BCE, some Roman politicians, like Cato the Elder, were obsessed with finishing Carthage off for good. During the Third Punic War, the Romans besieged the city for 3 years. When it finally fell, they leveled it to the ground and, according to legend, sowed the earth with salt so nothing could grow there ever again. Carthage was deleted from the map, leaving Rome with no rivals left in the west. There is our bathhouse complete, and I was able to use a lot of the different quartz blocks that we did pick up. I did use the leaves as well, but I also threw in some of the pale oak things here, just as little designs around the outside that I thought looked nice. I tried to make it as safe as possible for the villagers, because it is open here, if anything is able to find its way in. I guess I could put a gate across here, maybe, or something like that, but they should be relatively safe. Each little spot here is where they're going to be sitting. They have the, whatchamacallit, the brewing stand back there, their job block. Hopefully they can reach it with the fence on top. I don't think it'll be an issue, but should be good. We're going to just close that once they're in, so we've got a place for each one of them to stay. Oh, and by the way, I never really used the copper trapdoors, but listen to this. How good is that? Actually, it sounds better when you place it. Listen to this. Oh, I love that. I love that sound. But anyway, we're on to the last little bit here. We just need to get each of the villagers into their spot, and then trade with each to try to level them up, see if we can get glowstone. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do if they don't offer glowstone. We might have to find a way to sort of gently dispose of them. But same thing as last time, we should have plenty of villagers available over here. But yeah, I think that should be enough. So let's bring this all the way down and start getting them moved in. Having to get a little bit creative here because I made it quite close. And how are we going to do this? Turn it, go up here, go back down and around. That should work. Hopefully. It's a little bit strange. But yeah, we're going to have to bring them across these rather than go through the water. So, that should be good for our first one. Let's start getting these guys moved in, and I should actually probably grab some more emeralds too. Hadn't thought about that part, actually leveling them up, and I'm running a bit low, aren't I? Yeah, okay. Let's do some trades. Almost 3 stacks by going through them each a couple times. That's really not bad at all. So we'll just hang on to maybe 3 full stacks for when we move them in, and come back for more if we need it. But for now, let's launch our first prisoner, or I mean, highly intelligent cleric villager to their wonderful new home, and hope he doesn't take too much damage along the way. Are you going to be good here? Oh yeah, nice and easy. Beautiful. Now, are you going to be stuck there when we get rid of that? Yes. You're welcome. I know, it's a beautiful place. Nope, hey, none of that. It is beautiful. It's a wonderful place for you to stay. Can't believe the lip I get from these guys. I could run back and forth. Oh man, it's another mega brow. You see that guy? Wow. But it's also easier to just do this and kind of skip all of that running. And we get here ahead of the villager too, which is nice. There you are, eyebrow. Hello. The eyebrow is where he gets his wisdom. Alright, so they are starting to accept their jobs. Redstone, actually I could buy a bunch of redstone. I did not even think about that. That's another really good use for these guys is redstone. So I'm going to just go through now and get the rest of them moved in. Then we can worry about actually trying to level them up and get to that glowstone trade. We're getting there. Couple more to go. Actually, I think literally 2 more. Yeah, 2 more to go. And then once they're in, we can start trading. Okay, we're all cleaned up. All the plebs are moved in, which means we can now go around to each and start trading, which should be easy enough considering each one should just do this, allowing us to get redstone. So like I said, will also be very helpful. And then is where we might have issues. I guess I could get lapis. Let's just go in order, go around to each one, level them up sequentially, as it were. And I don't remember at what stage glowstone typically becomes available, but we'll just have to see. Okay, so they're all at apprentice level. Let's see if we can get them, yeah, with a full trade, we can get them from apprentice up to, what is it, journeyman after that? Hey, glowstone, nice. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted to see. So at this stage, once we level them up, we'll be able to tell if they're going to give us glowstone, which they are so far, wonderful, or if any of them would dare make me angry. Nope, see, that worked. I intimidated him. No, it's called manifesting, and it's continuing to work, unless that's the only option. I don't remember. I won't complain as if it is. So far, these are the last two, and so far all of them have given me glowstone. Yep, every single one of them sells it. That is a beautiful thing. So we're going to start stocking up right away. It's expensive, but yeah, I can only do 12 each, 36 emeralds. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to manage all of these, I don't think. Just an extra way to get it. We still can go to the nether, I just kind of prefer this. And then after going through all of that, the next thing they have... Ooh, ender pearls. That's not bad either, really. And I used literally... I've got 2 emeralds left. I used everything to get what you see here. So, I mean, that's good. We've got a way to get the glowstone, now ender pearls. I'm assuming not all of them do that. Yeah, this is turtle, scute... glass bottles. Looks like that's all the common things around the way. Then I think the last one is just bottles o enchanting, which I don't really need. Could be nice in a pinch. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with this. Got our bathhouse, looks nice and cozy, nice and warm. Fits in well with the environment around here. And assuming we can keep up with trades, we have pretty much infinite glowstone now, and ender pearls. I was just doing some trades, and I think, yeah, you see that? There's a cat over there. We've been trying to get a cat forever. Let's quickly, hopefully it stays. I'm gonna go grab the fish. I don't know why it's taken so long to find one. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Got some salmon for you. Yeah, don't you want some salmon? Look, right here. Yeah, you do. There you go. Hey, we got it. It only took, forever. But hopefully we find some more now. I'd love to be able to upgrade our creeper farm eventually. Alright, come here, kitty. Let's get you back to the main house. Do they teleport with me if I fly? By the way, I don't know. Oh, totally do. Look at that. That's going to help with the creeper farm eventually. You come right in here. I'm realizing I really don't spend a lot of time in the actual house. Gotta find a purpose for it. No, over this way. There we go. You hang right there, right in the middle of the house. Guard it from creepers. Good kitty cat. Oh yeah, and by the way, I never put anything upstairs. Eventually I'll think of a purpose for this area, and probably make it look a bit nicer in here, because right now, yeah, it's just, I don't really need it for anything. I'm always on the go. So we have a few days left for this video, and I think it might be a good time to just check off some low-hanging fruit. We have the cat now, but we don't have any dogs. And I remember seeing them a few times. I'm going to see if I can remember where, and just see if we can get them back over here. And then another one I was thinking of, we could also... Oh, good. I thought I had some bones. We could also make some Nautilus armor. That's actually something I meant to do a while back and just never got around to it. So yeah, this guy's just been hanging out this whole time. Soon. But am I imagining it that there were some dogs just right over here in this forest? Or is that just my imagination? Maybe I'm thinking of horses. Oh, I just heard one. I just heard a little bark. Hello? Oh, hey, how's it going, buddy? And you're one of the cool ones, too. I love these ones. Hey, there's the first one. All right, you follow me. I think there's probably more than one. We should get 2 while we're here. Oh, there we go. Yep, second one right here. Perfect. There we go. How many do you need? Come on now. There it is. Perfect. All right, let's bring our new good boys back to the base. And that's not far at all, which is great. Ultimately, we'll want to try to get all the different types of dogs, but this is a great start. Also, while we're running back with the dogs, a bit of a channel update. I had mentioned this in Discord, and I think I also sent out a community post, but in case you don't see those things, the reason these videos have been coming out a little bit more spaced further apart, not the usual like 2-week or so posting schedule, is because I'm moving from the full-time working on the channel back to going to work. And I've spent the last couple months interviewing, which is kind of like a part-time job in and of itself. That's been quite intense, but I do have a job figured out now. I'm starting that soon, so I'm going to try to wrap up this video, obviously, as well as some of the Just Create stuff that I'm working on. And then I'm hoping I'll get into a routine where I can tell you right after I go to sleep. There we go. So yeah, if I get into a routine where maybe... What am I hearing? Hey! Get him, doggies. Protect me. Or do I have to attack him first? Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, anyway, hoping to get into a routine where I can work on these, just nights and weekends. And then hopefully that'll be, I don't know, maybe every 3 weeks, every month or so, I can get a new 100 Days video out. Takes a while, and nights and weekends only. Yeah, just, it'll take some time. So, in case you hadn't been seeing those updates, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that while we had the opportunity. Last little crossing, puppers. Let's go. Oh, that was easy. Okay, good. So let's get them put in the house by the cat. And then we do need to keep an eye out for a second cat because, like I said, we'll want to get that creeper farm updated eventually. Right in here, right next to your buddy, the kitty cat. Yeah, that's a good spot right there. Perfect. So now we got some friends. It doesn't feel as lonely in here anymore. Just like the last hardcore series, though, we need more. We need the dog, cat. We need to get some parrots in here. Oh, there's still so much to do. We need a sniffer area. Yeah, there's a lot. But for now, I did want to look into how to make Nautilus armor. I'm not actually sure on that. Why is it not telling me? That's weird. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not showing up in JEI, so I just had to look it up. It's actually kind of expensive, but that's fine. We have 40 diamonds. I'm not too worried about it. So if I'm reading this right, it should be like that. That's strange. Am I not in the right version, maybe? What's going on here? Oh, is it not craftable? Oh, okay. What I was looking at there, that was a mod that allowed you to craft it. You can't actually craft it. You have to find it. Huh. Well, we've got time. I guess we go out looking? And let's bring the spear with. Wait, that one has Bane of Arthropods, knockback, fire aspect. Let's do that one instead. I'll probably end up changing this eventually, but for now, we must use our remaining days to search. It says they can be found in shipwrecks, ocean ruins, buried treasure, not in the rain. Definitely not in the rain. So I guess let's swap out. We'll do that. We'll take this off. Like, nope, no. That off. There we go. And we'll head out and look, I suppose. Also, this is like a really good opportunity for the spear. This, I think, is what it was intended for, is for use with mounts. So if we can kind of... How do you, search for... Oh, yeah, it was the spacebar, right? Pew! There we go. So if we find something to attack, we just kind of hold the spear, launch forward, and try to get that. Probably take some practice. Yeah. Let's see if we can get one of these squids. And... Or... Whoa! Oh, 2 at once. Nice. That is pretty cool. I like that. Ooh-rah. Oh, whoops. Okay, I like it. Okay, no more messing around. Let's go. I know I explored some of these areas, but I'm pretty sure there's things out here that I have not yet explored. This is also just so nice that I don't have to keep coming up for air, and I can do that. Oh man, that is satisfying. Looks like we have an underwater geode here. That's kind of neat. May as well grab some glow squid ink while we're here. Hadn't really thought about that. Looks like we have a shipwreck here. That is one possible place you can find them. Let's see if we've got any luck in here. This is one of the weird ones on its side. There we go. What do you have for me? No armor. It also doesn't look like there's a second chest. Okay. I don't think it could be in nether portals, but we're here. We may as well check. Assuming I didn't already... No, haven't been here yet. Okay. I don't really want any of that stuff. But thanks anyway. I will take the gold. Thank you. Ooh, another shipwreck. Even though it's only half of one again. Nothing. Perfect. Ooh, do we have something here? I think we do. Hey, fellas. Ooh, that guy's a bit stronger than the rest. He's not... Okay. It's a bit busy here. Let's see if they have chests. Nothing here? Why do none of you have chests? You must have something. Ooh, that guy's... Ow, 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 ow. Nope. Okay, I am losing it here. Get out of here. Ow. Okay. Quickly. Buried treasure map. No, I don't need that. Luckily, I have respiration, because now I'm kind of stuck, and I think my Nautilus just got out. Where's my Nautilus? Oh no, there you are. Quickly. Come back to me. I need you. Thank you. So only one chest, and nothing really great in it. Although, I do want this. Thank you. Oh no, I can't pick it up. Get rid of that. Okay, so not the best find, it turns out. Ooh, there's a second buried treasure map. Okay, let's check these. We've got, okay, potentially something there. And then is it the same one? Yeah, they're both the same. So maybe on the way back, we'll check this one, because I think it is the opposite direction that we're currently going. Can I get into my shulker box down here? Yeah, I can. Okay, good. Another portal with nothing that I need, really. Good to know. Oh no! I got too close to one of these. Mining fatigue. I didn't bring any milk. Well, that's not good. I've just about searched all of the area that was still unrevealed on the map in this ocean, and no luck, so I think we'll go back to this treasure map, see if we find anything there. Ooh, underwater sunrise. Neato. That might be a first for me. There is also a shipwreck here, but hopefully I can get in without mining anything. Or, you know, using tools is what I mean. There's something right here. Hey, copper Nautilus armor. Not, you know, the best, but it's at least something. We found one. Can I give that to you? Oh, cool. Looking better. Can hardly see it, but definitely an upgrade. And then again, are these the same treasures? Ooh, these are different. Different treasure map. And actually, what I'll do, let's bring the Nautilus back, and then, yeah, we just gotta reveal that. Once we've done that and brought the Nautilus back, I can use the Elytra. It'll be easier to find the treasure that way. Also, did I miss this one? Did I miss this shipwreck? I did. Man, more buried treasure maps. We'll check all of them once we get back. That is just, it's too dangerous. I need to go in by myself. I always suffocate in the walls when I'm on the Nautilus. Another copper one. Okay, so we're finding it. It's just not the one we want. Where'd you go? Come back, buddy. Come here. Yeah, I know. You're looking very cool. It's time to head home. Ooh, iron Nautilus armor. I just found another shipwreck. Look at all these buried treasure maps. All right, that's an upgrade. We are going to iron. I'm just stopping if I notice any on the way home, and that worked out well. And another copper. Yet another shipwreck. We're not wanting for copper Nautilus armor, that's for sure. Ow. Nearly back, and then we can go collect on those treasure maps, the buried treasure. Good timing too, because the sun's going down and we are now beginning to run out of time. Alright, so if we... how did we do this last time? Just get you connected to that, and here, looking much better with the iron armor. Very cool. We'll clean up our inventory, then we'll head out. Okay, now quick check. If they're the same ID, I doubt that matters. Yeah, okay, so we just have to try to figure out which ones of these are unique from each other. Those two are the same. That one is new. There's a couple new ones there. That's another one of these, so these three are the same. That might be a new one. We've actually got quite a few to work with here. 4 separate ones. These 2 are duplicates. And whatever we find, this should be enough inventory space, so we'll bring that. And we need to head out for 4 different buried treasures. Actually, I just remembered too, we had these from before. Are these also new ones? Yeah, geez, wow, okay. We've got 6 different ones. We better get to it. Pick one at random, and you can see the little white dot at the bottom left corner. That means we need to head northeast, which is that direction. So, off we go. Slightly faster than the Nautilus, I would say. Oh, it's starting to move. Now we need to head more east. There we go, it's starting to reveal. Must be somewhere right up here. Whoa. Okay, it's right on this corner. Perfect. We got it. Right around here. Hey, wait. Oh, I thought I just saw it. My mind playing tricks on me? This looks a bit awkward, so I'm guessing this, yeah. Usually when there's a little weird thing like that, that's what does it. Ooh. Hello, don't mind if I do. No Nautilus armor, though. Okay, so that one is done. We'll put these things in here and move on to the next. Now we need to move southeast. Have we stopped there? We've probably stopped here, right? Oh yeah, there's an iron golem wandering around, so we've definitely been there. And this one doesn't appear to be too far off. At least I don't think so. Here's the next one, probably on this shore somewhere. Or just underwater. Somewhere around here. There you are. More goodies. I'm going to stop taking some of these things. In fact, it's kind of useless to get the iron. And no Nautilus armor. We continue. Next up should be right around here. There you are. I'm starting to wonder if you can actually find Nautilus armor in one of these. This one is just straight up underwater, it seems like. Oh, we got another one of these. I can already see that there's something sticking out here. Look at this. Yep. Haha. I figured out the system. Ooh, another iron one. Okay, cool. We don't necessarily need another one. I'd love diamond. But that's at least better than copper. Next one on this little beach by the village. And this one, once again, some good stuff, but no Nautilus armor. That's alright. We got, I think, one left. Off to the last one. Is that a witch's hut? Have I been to that already? I know I'm getting distracted, but just a quick look. Hello? Anybody home? Ow. Oh, hello. Yep, you're home. Don't. Oh, good. Didn't throw a potion. Thank you. There are not chests here ever? Well, hello, dingus. Nice hat. Also, I thought I heard it. Yeah, kitty cat. Did I pick up any fish in here? Cooked cod. Nope. That simply will not do. Well, sorry. I would've, invited you back if we had the chance, but 'twas not meant to be. Onward. It's a good thing this is the last one. My elytra is at the halfway point, pretty much. And I'm ready to go home and sort through all our booty. I really need to get a nether hub set up because all this flying, it still takes a long time. And if I just had nether portals that led to, like, different corners of the earth and stuff like that, it would make things a lot easier. Alrighty, approaching the last. There you are. And nope. Nada. I mean, we're getting, like I said, I keep saying, we're getting good stuff. It's just not what we were looking for. But that's alright. we can say we did it. Now, just need to find our way home and sort the goods. Looks a bit blocky from this distance, but I have a feeling it's going to look very nice once we get closer. I don't know a feeling, I know, for I am the one who built it. Ah, there we go, resolving into something beautiful. Much better. Alright, sort the goods, then we can wrap up. There we go. Everything is sorted. I went through and quickly healed everything back up, pretty much, for the most part. We'll keep the spear on us for now. Like I said, we still need to enchant that the way we would like it, make it a bit better. But that'll be a future task. But with that, I think we're ready to wrap up. Once again, we got a lot done. I'm especially pleased with how the library turned out. I really like that design. I don't know exactly what it is about it. I'll try to evaluate and figure out how I can move that into future builds as well, because I do really like that. I'm feeling more powerful with all the enchantments, obviously, the ability of flight, all that sort of thing. But as always, it's not enough. We have much more to do, and I do think probably next time we might move on to stuff in the Nether. Because I'd like to get up to the Nether roof. I want to be able to create a hub like I mentioned. It would be a good opportunity to set up a gold farm. That's one that's, you know, it's pretty difficult still to find gold. Or maybe I'm just lazy, I don't want to spend the time on it. By 500 for sure, we need a new Legion platform. I'm just putting it off because I don't know exactly what I want to do with that yet. I want to do something bigger, more grand for this one. So yes, lots to do, and as always, I will be looking for your comments so you can let me know what are your thoughts. What should we be focusing on? So we'll say a final goodbye to our new librarian plebs. Yeah, they're all just, look at them, the nerds. They're all just reading. They're just looking back at their lecterns like, oh, this new romantic, this romantasy is fantastic. I'm loving this one. Yes, they're all into romantasy. I've asked each and every one of them. That's what they said. No accounting for taste, but to each their own. So with that, I will leave you with, and as always, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one, citizens.